Sound check 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, we'll start now. Thank you very much for coming today. Thank you for joining us, all of you. Ram Kumar Manala, grand welcome to my house, Mr. Siva. How many of you in the house, Mr. Nalla? How many of you sitting in the house? Whole family? Let's start now. Let's not waste time. Okay, basically, my friend, today is the 21st of May 2020. I brought this little thing here so that everybody can understand, because I think the whole world is going through the issue of a lot of anxiety, stress, not able to manage things, and a lot of dark energy. Somehow it all affects the head region, and from the head region it messes up the whole body. So today's class is about PVH explaining and healing nervous and the brain issue. Now, in fact, we have covered many part of this. We have covered in the form of headache. We have covered in the form of vascular disease. We have also covered in terms of emotional freedom healing. We also covered in the form of a spine issue. So this is all part of the system. You see, the blood system goes to each and every cell, and the brain has got billions and billions and maybe trillions of neurons. And all these neurons are getting the blood system. What if our blood was dirty with all kind of stuff, with alcohol, with salt, and too much of sugar? And what will happen to our cells in the brain? That's why I picked up everything, and today I realized that the brain needs a lot of help from us. You know. So even the headache itself was a 2-hour workshop. Headache is to do with the head. It's a 2 hours workshop. And yesterday was cardiovascular and everything. So a lot of things that we're going to learn today. Hopefully we will understand the basic of the brain. And also the brain has got energy brain, has got emotional brain, and mental brain. The mental brain is all the disturbance like bipolar, schizophrenic, and men going crazy, running amok, and something to do with the brain as well. Is it a chemical, or is it a brain, or is it energy somewhere else that is disturbing them? And when somebody go in trance, and somebody go into clairvoyance, clairaudience, they listen. What are they listening? Are they really listening to something like that? Like clairaudience and clairvoyant, and become sensitive. So hopefully we will talk about that tomorrow. Today we will concentrate on the brain and everything else that to do with the brain. Okay? So thank you very much again. It's a very difficult subject and a lot of complex issues that people don't understand. But Prana look at the energy point. In order for us to look at the energy point, you all need to understand what makes the brain, what part is all of this brain, and then we can go to the next level. Okay, this is very important. There are lots and lots of work. Okay, so we don't want to bend that. We do it tomorrow. Okay, number one is someone said doubt started now. Doubt. What are doubts, Mr. Dr.Siva? Doubt. You must understand the brain is not just a piece of tissues. It's huge. You can call it subconscious, you can call it conscious, you can call it hallucination. People do a lot of things, even hypnotic, ding, and you go out, you go to sleep and you start asking questions and all. Is it the brain? Is it if it's the brain? You got past life regression. Is it the brain? Or you give medicine for brain? What is it? People go crazy, people go in the mental asylum. Is it the brain? Or something else? So a lot of things here that we will try to help people to understand better. Today, part 1 will be only the physical brain. Hopefully tomorrow, we will go in more detail. Okay? Now, my name is Siva Vikraman, as everyone knows. Call me Siva.P, academic mechanical engineer and mechanical engineering. So I'm an engineer by profession. Right, next. to find simple solution for the poor, emotional and mental, in terms of health, in terms of wellness, in terms of holistic wellness. Okay, health, holistic wellness and spirituality. So this is my aim this lifetime. So I'm doing something like that to help as many people. As you know, we have done lots of healing for many people. Most important thing, my mission will be to teach you without expecting anything in return. This is the most important thing, okay? So if you give something in return, I can travel all the world and meet more people and help much more people, okay? Right. Next, become a healer for 10 years, teaching and healing, Prana while healing. Next, traveling the world to teach and heal. They've been to many parts of the world, Mexico, Africa, South America, Europe, India. India is very big, so we have been a lot of workshops in India, a lot of people with a lot of needs and with a lot of holistic healing there. So it's not easy to go and fight people there. There are lots of people, and healing is a business. They do it as a profession. They earn from healing. So you can imagine trying to penetrate those guys and a lot of medical field. As I told you yesterday, how many doctors are there? So it's not easy to go and travel and go and teach people and heal people on the spot. Prana Violet Healing heals people on the spot in all of the workshops. Sometimes we are not able to because they have to go back and do something, change the diet and practice spiritual hygiene. Okay, thank you very much. Next, do's and don'ts. I'll go quickly so we can start the class. So you can go back and read. This is very common for us. Okay, no discussion religion. This. Okay. Most important thing is we want to teach you how to heal yourself and heal others. That's our intention. Healing can happen if a lot of things changes within yourself and changes within outside of you. So when this can happen, you'll get healed. Okay? You have to seek medical attention where necessary. We will not say don't see. You have to see, up to you. Okay? Next. Very important, no touch, no medicine, prana therapy. Anyone above 5 years old can learn and heal themselves and also do distant healing. You've got children who are healing with the wand. Always people say, oh, how can you do that? It will be contamination. No. This wand is totally different. There is no energy contamination of anybody unless you want to just go and dig deep inside and do something funny on your own way. You follow PVH protocol, you'll be fine. Okay? Right. Next. 3 principles. Number 1, the body heals itself. The human body is healing itself. That's most important. Okay? Remember this. The human body wants to heal itself. Are you allowing the body to heal, or are you doing something wrong that the body cannot heal? Okay? The brain cells want to heal. Are you giving the good food for the brain? Are you sleeping enough for the brain? Are you resting enough? Lots of things. Okay? So next, prana is required by the human body for well-being. Prana is required. The more prana I have, the faster the body starts to heal. Very simple principles. Right. Next, our vision. Number 1 is we envisage all families are happy and healthy with the healing wand. Okay? We have to say all family happy with one. We want. So healing wand with the next. We believe people all made in the image of God can heal themselves easily. God made everybody the same. Sometimes due to karmic reasons, you may be born deaf, you may be born blind, you may be born with a hole in the heart, arms not working. That is karmic. Okay, that's karma. But otherwise, everybody is made the same. It's our lifestyle over the many years who have messed up our organs and messed our system that we have become sick or suffering from some unknown disease or from some known disease. Okay, right. Next. Our mission is have the birth of human. Prana, Migraine shall be made available regardless of everybody. So we want to give this one to everybody regardless of race and religion. Everyone. Any religion, any race, any caste, anywhere in the world. We want to give this to you. Okay? So please help us. Give to somebody else and tell us, sir, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a volunteer. We will gladly give you the one to teach people. Okay? Right. Thank you. Now, prana healing is for everyone. Every home should have a prana healing one. Every home. Next, every woman needs the healing one. Why? Simply because she can heal her period problem, a bleeding problem, and also whatever anything stuck in her private parts, like that it easily can become some tumor or some cancer, the breast, the uterus, the ovaries, and all can heal. And we have got a wonderful emotional freedom healing affirmation for ladies only, which we want to give to every ladies. Okay? Thank you. So we thank everybody who has contributed a lot, and through all of you, we are traveling all over the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? Okay? Right. Next, everybody must be pain-free. Everybody must be pain-free. Everybody. Okay? Every animal needs to be pain-free. You agree with me? Every animal needs to be pain-free. Every animal. Every cow, goat, dog, even the rat. It has to be pain-free because it's suffering. It's in pain. It's just so sad that his habit is such. Everything. Birds, all. Good. Next, every plant needs to be pain-free. Every plant. Yes. When you cut a plant, ask forgiveness. Say, please forgive me. You cut a tree, take a branch and grow somewhere. Or take the seed and grow somewhere. Say, I will grow you somewhere. I'm cutting you for the reason of I had to make a road, I had to make a house, but I will plant somewhere. I will do that. You'll be happy. It won't disturb you. Okay? Like that. Every animal needs to be happy. Every plant needs to be happy. Every person needs to be pain-free. Okay? Right. Now, what type of pain? What type of pain? Number one, physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain. And this whole class is all about this. It is a combination of all of this. Physical pain, emotional pain. Because pain center is here. The pain guy is here. He's the one that tells you pain and he gives you the signal. And if you can stop the signal, then you have no pain. Some drugs can do that. Anesthesia can do that. When you go to the dentist, he puts all the injections that numb the area. Okay, so the brain has the ability to say no pain. It can do that if you understand what to do and how to do it. Understand, my friends? Like that. So this is all about physical pain that comes from the brain, and also not come from the brain. It's the brain's method of trying to find a way to reduce the pain. Next, emotional pain. How we can all be so emotional. Okay, it's in the brain, anxiety, depression, anger, frustration. You can say all kinds of names, and they say there's something to the brain, so they start. Because your mind, you think the mind is the brain. All kinds of things happen here. Okay? And mental pain. A lot of mental pain. Schizophrenia, bipolar, lunatic, at full moon and new moon and all get affected. You see how much we can talk about the brain today. So it's a big thing. It's a big class. Okay? So we'll do something and tomorrow we'll continue again, hopefully. Okay? Right. Next. What stops the body from getting healed? Number one. Very good. Cords. Cords. See, the first thing I talk is cords. When the cords come, your body cannot heal. It's like riding a bicycle with lots of wheel and suddenly somebody put a stick inside. How can a bicycle go? Not only will go, you break the spokes and the bicycle will not be able to run after that. You got to replace the wheels. So that's a cords. Cords coming into any part of chakra. Your chakra is rotating. When the cords come inside, the chakra stop rotating. It cannot rotate because there's a lot of cords. And the chakra is struggling. That's a cords. Right. Next, psychic attack in the form of black magic, white magic, curse, and soul. It's all there. Black magic is there, white magic is there, curse, and soul. Many people are affected by white magic, especially in India, but they don't know. They don't want to know. I'm fine. I have a guru. I have this. I have a spiritual organization. I'm there. It's all white magic. How do I explain to you what's white magic all about? When your mind is so tricked by all of these people. It's just paka white magic. They don't let it go out. They don't let it move on. You can never be better than the teacher. You'll be a grandmaster. You'll be just master. You'll never be a grandmaster. You'll be whatever name you call it. You will never go beyond them. That is wrong. There are people much better than you. When you go to school, you went kindergarten, right? Then you went to Form 1. Then you went to all of this class. And then you become a professor. Did a kindergarten teacher become a professor? No. Can she become a? Yes, she can. If she has the aptitude and she studied hard. But you became a professor. You became an engineer. You became a doctor. But you still respect your kindergarten teacher. What is stopping? No, you must be in kindergarten. You cannot go anywhere. You end up in kindergarten for the rest of your life. You never grow up. That's what I'm trying to say. They should allow people to go beyond that. But they don't do that. Okay? Next. Wrong diet. Sugar, acid food, spicy, salty, sour, bitter. Too much of preservative. All of these things will go in the blood. If the kidney is not able to throw them away, they all end up in each and every cell. which includes the cell of your brain. Every morning you take lime juice, keep on taking. You keep coffee, keep on taking. All these things will go to your brain and start messing up. You won't have the problem now. 20, 30 years from now, something will start to happen. And the name is Alzheimer's. The name is dementia. The name is what? Parkinson. All 20 years, 30 years from now. Not now. Now you're fine. No problem. Espresso, mocha, whatever you, all be fine. Wait until you go 35 years or 40 years from now, taking every day 2 or 3 cups, then all the wine and all the vinos and all whatever you call it. Wait, you cannot run away. Your cells will not like it. It's like taking a small cut, open wound and pouring wine. How do you feel? How do you feel? You put wine on an open wound or put salt water. How do you feel? You feel nice? That's exactly. All these things will escape, go out. The pH or whatever liquid that you drink will go to each and every cell of your body, and imagine how they will burn. How they will burn. That's what happens to the brain and every cell in your body. Whoever is selling you is all good for you. It's just marketing, selling their product. Okay? Vinegar, or whatever you call it, or whatever you call it. Apple cider vinegar. Too much apple, make cider and sell everybody. Good for your stomach. Good for this, good for that. Can I show you an advertisement about doctors smoking and say smoking is good for you? Can I show you that? Go on the internet. Camel. All doctors smoke Camel. Today, the surgeon, what do you call it? The general surgeon says that smoking can kill you. Today was signboard. But 60, 70, 80, 90 years of black and white. It was black and white. They say doctors prefer to smoke Camel. Can watch. You see why? So today, everyone drinking lime. 20 years from now, what's going to happen to you? No one knows. But you wait and see. Okay? Like that. Right? Bad habit. Smoking, alcohol, tobacco, chewing. All the smoking and alcohol, they will go to each of your brain cells. Next. Wrong emotion coming from inside and because something from outside. Because of outside. Somebody around you, your family member, your father, grief. All these things can cause you a lot of frustration. Someone doing all of these things will come to wrong emotion, and the emotion will come to you and affect you so badly. When that affects you, every cell in your body don't work. Today I speak to many people. They tell me, I ask the first question, have you ever thought, yes sir, I always think I want to die, I want to die. Yes, the more you start saying I want to die, every cell in the body wants to kill you. Every cell in your body is now planning to kill you because you said, I don't want to live anymore, I want to die. That's what happened. Okay. Now, failure of immune system. We have also talked about the immune system, right? Why does it fail? Why it's not able to work? Already you can find out. Okay. Nice. Auto-suggestion. There's no cure for this. You must go on this medication for the rest of your life. Have you not seen people with testimonials? Doctors say that medical field says you must have it for the rest of your life. There's no other cure for this. And people have come and got cured after removing all the blocks. Remove all the blocks, they get cured. So because this is not everybody knows about all of these blocks, they never tell about changing your diet. One lady came to me with arthritis and so much of pain. After 6 months of stopping andhra food, she was walking, pain became 0. How is it possible? There are many people like that who have gone and changed the diet and they've become better. How? How is it possible, my friend? You tell me how it's possible. But they say, no way. Arthritis, no cure. Rheumatoid arthritis, no cure. Osteoporosis, you have to suffer and medicine. But no one tells you, stop andhra food. Stop Indian food. Stop tamarind. Stop nimbu. Stop pickles. No one tells you. You know something? I feel a lot of people out there want you to be alive, but not get healed. So they can keep on coming to them and getting paid and things like that. Yes or no? What do you think? They don't want to heal you. They will heal you that you don't get healed properly and you can keep on coming. Like one lady was having 300 pills a month. And then she was chewing betel leaf, tobacco. And no one told her to stop that. So if you don't stop that, how are you going to become better? You can never become better. So you have to decide. You want to die? Die. No problem. Don't suffer. Don't even stress. Take betel leaf. You get cancer? Die. Okay. Next. Bacteria, virus and fungus and yeast. All of these things can go to even part of your brain. There's a bacteria can eat your flesh. There's no cure for that. There's no cure for many things. virus and fungus, like what is going through the world today. Our good friend Corina. Next, karmic condition. Something karma is so bad that you end up with a lot of issues. Okay, right. Next, PVH want to reduce this. We want to reduce this. Okay, we want to reduce as much as possible. We want to reduce this. Okay. Next, remember your body wants to heal itself. This is the first thing that everybody should understand. The body, remember, your body wants to heal itself. Next question is, are you giving the proper thing for the body to heal itself? Are you providing the proper environment, the proper response, and proper food, and proper emotions, and everything? Are you giving that to the body so the body can heal? It's like putting a plant in a pot. You put the sand, you can put the best soil, you can put the worst soil. The plant growth will depend on what the soil is. Next, the plant will depend what kind of food you put. It's a pot. So whether you're putting water on the right time, putting minerals and manure and fertilizer for the plant, otherwise it's not going to die. Next, you start giving love to the plant. Talk to the plant. Hey, wow, you've grown so big. I'm waiting to see your first flower. Let's see the first flower. How fast can you get? Start talking, my friend. And you see, so yes, a lot of love is required. Absence of love can damage a lot of people. I come across this today. Many ladies are calling me and telling me all their problems. Most of them are absence of love. A lot. No love from the spouse, no love from the family, no love from the children. A lot of people are suffering in that simple thing. And all of that go to the brain. The brain. What chemicals come out from the brain? That is very important. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Today we can't talk about these things. So it's very important. Love. Love is very important. Whether you all get the proper love, are you getting it? Or you deserve the love, or you don't want the love. I don't want my love. I will just go. Are you doing all of this? Are you blocking yourself from getting healed? Okay. Next, is health really in your hands? Is health really hands, or is health in your insurance company, or your insurance policy, or the nearby doctor? Is it in their hand? Not in your hand. Do you want to take your health in your hands? Start learning. Start learning about your body. Understand how they work. Understand what food you should avoid, what food you should not eat. Start doing simple things. Don't say, I don't know what to do. What else to eat? It's all I have. It's all I have. So you change your mind. You change your thought form. And things will come. It's in your hands. Your health is in your hands. Okay? Remember this. We are mind. I put a very big one. Soul. Something everybody has forgotten. No medical field, no psychiatric doctor, no psychologist talk about a soul in the body. It's always body, mind. Body, mind. This is big. The soul. PVH have healed a lot of people because we understand about the body, the mind, and the soul. All affirmations are actually for your soul, not for your mind. It's for your soul. Everything. I am being a divine fire. I am the purity God desires. My soul is a soul of divine fire. My soul is a purity. The mind is stucking you to something. The mind. One famous Indian thoughts. Whatever they call it. They say, even the grass my husband, even the stone is my husband. That's it. So they put it thought form. So they suffer for many years. Today they're getting better. Some are getting better. But some are still stuck in the thought form. That husband is everything. Husband is God. Husband first and then God. So when husband kick you, still husband is God. So remember, you are a soul. This is very important for everybody to understand. We are a soul. Okay, guys? Good. Now, we need to understand the soul. We understand the soul very well. What is the purpose of the soul? Everything. And we talk this very well in the class of Art of Dying. So this brain class seems to be part of everything that we have taught before. And the blood system, the immune system, respiratory system, the blood. The blood needs oxygen. And oxygen in the brain needs oxygen. Yes or no? Yes. If no oxygen, the brain cannot work. So lots of things are very important to understand. Okay, guys, understand? Good. Next, this will help in the healing of the brain issue. It's very important. Someone says the soul is there, the soul is the ajna, soul is the navel. They'll say a lot of things, but does it really matter where the soul is? As long as you understand and take care of your soul, it's fine. By knowing where the soul is not going to help you at all. Okay, I said the soul is here. Fine, that's it. So what? So what do I do with it? What am I going to do with the soul now? What am I going to do? How can I teach the soul? Because I am the soul. The mind has changed me to do something else, but I am the soul. Because when I die today, when my mind will get dissolved, and then the soul will go. And then you realize, I'm no more the Siva Vikraman Palani. I'm no more. I'm gone. I may have many, many names before that. So I'm just going the soul, carrying with me all the baggages I have collected. The good baggages and the bad baggage. All the angpaos. I'm taking all the angpaos and also all the shit that I've taken from me. So what do you want to take? Angpaos and go, or all the other things that you don't want to take with you? Do you decide now? That's the soul. Understand? Okay, this will help you healing of the brain issue. Right? So the brain is a lot. Okay, so go back, spend some time on the art of dying class and learn something. Okay, guys? Very good. Now, do we know about our brains? Do we know about our brains? Where the brain, of course, everyone knows the brain. Hey, you got no brains. You stupid fella, you got no brains. All brain, the brain. You got no brain. That was stupid. You got no brain. Use your cow sense. Huh? Cow sense. Is there anybody want to share how they scold you? No cow sense. What else? Stupid. The brain is down here. Tamil blood, my mother said, Amul and cow to like that. No, so all the brains. Huh? So what do you know about the brain? The brain has taken some bad name over the many of people. Okay? But it's a wonderful tool. That is the major part of the whole body. He's the governor of each and every cell in your body. He's the governor. He governs all the 15 trillion cells in your body. That's the brain. Okay? Like, we need to know about our brains and the nervous system. The brain works with another very strong, intricate network. It's a network. It's a beautiful network. It's like a phone. The phone has like, you say, my network is down. So network is down, cannot work. So can you imagine who is making the network for all the phone to connect to each and every phone all over the world? Can you imagine the network that's going on? Can you imagine how much a network your brain is doing? Networking from the fingers to the toes, to the eyes, to the ears, to the hair, to everything. Yesterday we learned about the skin. Even when it's very hot, your skin will stand. During the cold weather, you got goose pimples all will stand. Who's making that happen? Who's measuring the temperature and telling, hey, goose people, come on, it's too cold. Let's make a layer of air. Who's doing that? Somebody who's telling you, hey, there's too much of salt, bring water, and now you must go and urinate, throw away all the salt, there's too much of salt. This guy had to do a lot of salted fish, and you're throwing it away. Who's making all that? That all we should know. Somebody is making that all to happen. And who is that person in the body? Like that, huh? You must know. And then how does it travel? How does the information travel from the brain to each and every part, to the kidney, to the liver, to the insulin? How does, hey, insulin not enough? Who does that? Who does it? She says, hey, it's too much of sugar. This bugger had too much of cakes, too much of sugar now. Jalebi and gulab jamun, whacking. Gulab jamun competition. 25 gulab jamuns inside. Okay. So kidney says, hey, it's too much sugar. Hey, pancreas, come on, give all the thing. Give them. Hey, I don't have enough. So it goes back again. I don't have enough insulin. Okay, liver, send all the things, send more material, and they work very hard. And one will say, hey, I am not working anymore. This fella has gone to too much of gulab jamun competition. I am not working. Or lancha competition. What to do? So imagine how the whole system works. You do not know about this. That's the best part. You do not know. It's working. Your heart is pumping. Can you stop the heart? You can stop it by some kind of meditation, but not totally stop it, you die. You can reduce it from 60 beats per minute, maybe to 5 beats or 10 beats a minute. That you can do. But you cannot walk. You just sit down like a piece of a statue. You can't do any work. So all this is very important to understand. Who does that? Automatically something is doing for you. Your sugar, your salt modification, your temperature regulation. Someone who? That's what you must understand. The brain is working nervous system, taking all the signals to each and every part of the body and telling them exactly and how do they do that. That's the most important. You all must learn today and understand. I've done so much of work finding all the information. I know about a lot about this, but put all the affirmation, the literature and the picture to make you guys see is most important thing. You know about medical book, just writing. You don't even know what this is all about by the time you read. So I like to see some pictures so people understand very easily. Okay, is it only the brain? Is it only the brain that does that, or is it in our head? Is it the brain in our head? Is it only the brain in our head, or in our head, or does it work? It's a team. It's a team of our cells keeping our system working. It's not the brain. The brain got trillions of cells, all working in different work, like a big factory, huge factory. Each factory got your own work to do. One say must take off the ears, one say must take off the mouth, one say must take off the eyes, one say must take off the tongue, one say must take off the heart. So many guys working non-stop 24 hours a day. Some tell you, shut them out, don't talk nonsense. That's terrible, you're not listening. Shut up, but you're not listening. Shut up. No, you're still talking. So lots of things happening inside the brain. It's a team of cells keeping all our systems working non-stop, 24 hours a day. Okay? Next, until you die. Next, teams of cells that gives instruction to other cells to work. Instruction has to go to each and every other cell. Hey, don't do this, don't do that. Stop it. But you don't listen. You keep on eating whatever you want and say, hey, don't eat it. It's telling you. It's making the tongue bitter. But you put sugar and drink the coffee. It's a glass of lime juice is so acidic. But you put honey to drink. But the tongue says, don't drink it. Your tongue is telling, your brain is telling the tongue, hey, tell that fella that is too bitter, it's too acidic. But no. You put sugar and you drink it. Or you put what you call is a lemon with honey and drink it. So you're fighting what your brain is telling. And it goes inside, goes to the stomach. The stomach says, why you put pH of 3, pH of 2 now? What do I do now? I got to find a way to neutralize acid because I only want 7.3, 7.4. Like that. So next, eventually all the body to work. First you start with each and every cell, and then go to organs and the whole body. And each of us producing the required chemicals for the body needs to work. It has to give the right chemical. Now coordinate in each cell in the body. Total coordination of each cell. And each cell is different. The bone cells, the bone marrows, the cartilages. So much. The bone joints, muscular. I'm moving now. Something has to move. Who does it? It's just automatically. Something pulls, something's telling me. When that thing breaks, you can't even move your hand. That's what we call paralysis. Bell palsy. Trigeminal nerve problem. Hand is numb. Cannot work. Who does all of these things? Something is doing inside our body. They are not able to work because we have somehow or other messed it up. The cell says, I cannot work. I cannot work anymore. I'm not getting signal. I'm not getting signal from the brain. The brain says, you have too much of coffee. You have too much acid. Now all die already. How to work? Right. The brain is the governor. Governor of the 50 trillion cells in the body. 50 trillion cells plus more than 50 trillion cells in the body is the brain, the governor, working together with many things. Watch. Your mind is the governor of these two cells. So look at your mind.
You are made out of 50 trillion cells. So you are a community, not a single person.
You're not a single
Every
person.
cell has about 1.4 volts.
Volts.
Not too much. 50 trillion cells in the body times 1.4 volts is 700 trillion volts of electricity in your body. But your mind is the government for the 50 trillion cells. So if you change your thought and your mind, you can change the biology. And the mind is the primary cause of illness on our planet today.
Right.
You change your perception, you change the reading of your genes. If someone tells you you're going to have a disease and you believe that, then you can create the disease. Perception can rewrite the genetic code. So perception controls life. No two people see the world in the same way. They have different perceptions. And sometimes your perceptions can be right, and sometimes your perceptions can be wrong. Since perception controls biology, and since they can be right or wrong, then it's more accurate to say
Belief
that
system.
belief controls biology. What you believe creates your life, on the inside and on the outside. You are responsible for what unfolds in your life.
You are responsible for what unfolds in your life. Okay? I will tell you where the 1.4 volt is. I will show you where it is. Okay? In the human body. You'll come, you will learn. Okay? And somebody is saying that I should teach this in a primary school. Madam, this is a primary school lesson, madam. Pray me. Your bio session should be taught in primary school. A good start towards health body. School canteen should not sell toxic food. Don't buy. Finish. Tell your children not to buy. My kids grew up without a single cent going to canteen. They never took a second. We packed food from the house and sent them. They never took any money to school to buy things. And bought just plain water to school. Not all kind of juice and this and that. You know? Okay, right. So remember, your belief system, your cells, you start believing this, you change the biology of the cell. When it starts in the blood cell and everything goes wrong, your negative thoughts can kill you. That's important, something you must understand. Okay? Right. Is it your brain only? Is your brain only physically? Nice. The brain, is your brain only, are we talking about only the physical brain, or is it beyond the physical brain that we are talking today? Okay? Now the brain, PVH brain nervous system. Number one, is the physical brain. Next, you got the energy brain. That's how we can heal with the one. The energy brain. That's all. PVH has been almost successful for 99% of headache. PVH has been successful for 99% of headache. Because of this. Because of the energy brain. Not the physical brain. PVH heals the energy body, not the physical body. Energy body gets healed, physical body follows. Simple as that. Okay? Next, emotional. It's an emotional brain. Emotional, that's what you call, I got anxiety, I got frustration, and you end up taking lots kind of pills, anxiety pills, depression pills, and psychotic pills and all. Then you got mental. See, the mental body. So the brain has got its own mental issues. Like schizophrenic, bipolar, headache pain, cannot sleep, cannot talk, cannot do anything, sleeping the whole day, someone talking to you in your brain, and your brain's wrong, you go knock your head against the child who is autistic, go knock against the wall because something is so painful inside and he cannot tell anybody. Now this is what I'm talking about. PVH heals the energy body, the energy head, the energy brain, the energy system, the emotion system, and the mental system. That's what PVH do. We never bother about the private. That's why we don't give any medication. We don't talk about anything. Okay? But you must follow some rules about what the physical body needs. It's water, good food, the blood must be clean. All that we have to do. Okay? Right. Next, brain and the nervous system. The brain and the nervous system. Okay? Number one, the nervous system is made up of the brain. Next, spine. The spine is now carrying all the information from the brain to each and every part of the body. Right from the brain, from here, cervical, right to your tailbone. From there, lots and lots of miles away. We talk about this very clear in our class on spine. Okay? Next, blood vessels. Lot of blood vessels go into the brain. Lot, because the brain needs oxygen. And need lots and lots of oxygen because the trillions of cells, many trillions of cells, many. The hand must have got not so much. So a lot of brain and the vessel that supply the blood is your carotid artery. Carotid artery on the right hand side and left hand side. Now if the energy is not flowing properly, you have a migraine pain. By healing your both the jaw and the chakras, it's fine. With the one, you don't touch anybody. So like that. So imagine how much the blood must go inside and come back and go again and come back and go again and come back. Can you imagine how much of work it has to do? 24 hours a day. Not only carrying oxygen, but it's carrying food, glucose, vitamins, minerals, and taking all this chemical is processed to every part of the body. Serotonin, dopamine, all these things have to go to many parts of the body. And this is a transport system. So the brain's blood is very important. You can't put acidic body, you cannot put acidic food, you cannot put caffeine, you can put nicotine and all. So the body says, what are you doing all of these things? I am making dopamine, you're giving nicotine. Huh? Why? I can make my own chemical feel nice. Why you want to put all these drugs inside and mess things up? Why? I'm making my drugs, I'm making dopamine. For feel nice, feel good. Serotonin, feel good. Why you want to put nicotine and why? Because somebody made you do that. Somebody got you hooked into this habit of all of these drugs and things like that. Tobacco chewing and things like that. Next, we got the nervous system. This is much more intricate than it's as intricate as the blood system, but very intricate. Remember I was telling you about that each and every ball has got a nerve, and you know when someone touches you, you touch, you know immediately. And when the nerves are dead, you feel numb, you don't feel anything. Blood is not flowing, like that. So billions of cells producing chemicals in the brain. Billions of cells producing chemicals in the brain. Billions. Next, billions of cells making electrical connection. The word is electrical connection. You understand? Can I actually simply what's an electrical connection? Simple. Now the heart is beating, right? When the heart beats, something goes wrong. It doesn't be irregular. And what doctor do? They'll do a surgery and put a battery, they call it a pacemaker. They'll put a battery inside a small mechanism that triggers the signal. The electrical signal with a battery that lasts you 10 years to make the heart to pump on regular beat. That is electrical. Imagine the heart needs an electrical signal to start. Man is smart enough to make the gadget and put it inside the place where it is. See, man has done a smart thing. So people who've got irregular heartbeat, they have a pacemaker. And every 10 or 15 years, they have to operate and put a new pacemaker and cost you money. Understand, my friend? So imagine if that's electrical, which how much the cells in the brain and the whole body are also electrical. I'll show you that in a short while, okay? Next, the nervous system. Part of the nervous system is very complex, extremely complex. It has got a central nervous system called the brain. Whatever there is not one part. A lot of things, cranial nerve, peripheral nerve, and all kind of nerve system there. Next, you've got an autonomous nervous system that runs the whole system automatically. Okay, then you've got a spine that supports the whole flow of all the nerve system into the spine bone itself. So when you get pinch, you get pain. Then you got peripheral nervous system. Then you got the ganglion. Then you got the nerves. Sorry, I forgot about one more called the cranial nerve system. Cranial. Okay, sorry. I got to add one more called the cranial nerve. I just talking about it, but I didn't add it. It's called the cranial nerve system. Okay. Let me go detail. Simple one. Brain, central nervous system, and the spine, and all of these things are called a peripheral. That means going to your system, going out. Central nervous system, and then going to your peripheral. That means they're going out. Okay? It's a simple one to show you how the nerves are moving. Okay. Now, more detail. You got ganglions. You got all the nerve system, and then you got the ganglion. Ganglion is where it's like a big traffic light. Like a traffic light, they all move. Okay? We'll show in a short while. Huh? Next is how the nerve system to the spine. So the spine is very, very important. Now, if the spine breaks here, you become paralyzed. It severs the nerve system. Or from accident or something happens, something blow on you. You can have an accident during working time or driving a car. You can fall down and something go. And sometimes this can also be eaten by bacteria. Eaten also by your acidic food. They'll burn. That's what we call multiple sclerosis, whatever name you call it. The sheets will all go. We'll talk about that one tomorrow. So that can happen. So the nerve system, the signal cannot follow. So the cells are no more dead. They are not strong enough. Understand, my friend? Your reflex will stop. Okay, so all these are supposed to be very important part of your body. You must understand this. So again, I tell you, food is very, very important. Food is extremely important. Okay. Next. So now we got region, the cervical region, the thoracic region, the cervical region. You got 7 bones. Then you got 12 bones in the thoracic region. Then the lumbar, you have got about 5 bones. L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. 12 bones in the thoracic region and 7 bones here. And then you come here, you got a spinal region called the bottom part. You got a sacral region. You got S1, S2. Okay, some bones at the bottom there. So this is where the whole thing is called. So you got probably got spine problem here, a lot of spine problem. But look at all the nerves. The nerves will pinch, the disc will slip, and nerve will be impinging, and you got pain. We talk about this in the spinal cord, remember? So now look at the more detailed one. Okay, you got the cerebrum, cerebellum, vagus nerve that goes to your stomach area, muscular nerves, ulnar nerves. You don't have to know all of this. You don't have to know. Okay, please. I'm just showing you that just to understand. You can go and learn it. You don't need to go to so serious to know sciatic nerve. You must know because there's a sciatic pain here. You must know the sciatic nerve. Then you got tibial nerve. All this nerve got many names. Many names. You look at this, you look like the Chinese meridian book. The Chinese have meridian books, you know. So maybe the meridians are all connected to the nerve system. They are. I think they are. That's why you put the needles to the nerve system. Okay, so the nerve will start to work or you stop it from what. That's what they do. I think the acupuncture work on all of these needles. Okay, needles on the nervous system. Okay, right. Now look how intricate this whole thing is. And imagine. See. Serious, huh? But normally we don't see that. We always see the blood circulation only, no? We don't see this, and we also hardly see the lymphatic system. We hardly see anyone showing you about the lymphatic system. But we show you about your blood system. Blood system is very common. They show everybody, yeah? See this book. Look. Watch. See how the nerves are going. This is nerves coming through here. This could be the sciatic nerve. And get impinged here and a lot of pain. So whenever you're sitting down, when you're sitting too long somewhere, you're sitting on the sciatic nerve and all the nerves are pinched. Not only that, the blood vessels are also pinched. So you must be very careful when you sit too long. You must find a soft area or stand up and walk around. Don't sit too long because this all can be affected. Okay, guys? So the blue, the green one is all of these things. Look at all. And here we got a nerve called tunnel carpal. You're using the word, a lot of work. Your nerves can get affected. Your tunnel carpal, the muscles will not be working very well because it becomes so numb with the same work over again. Okay? Right. Okay. Okay, so look how intricate this one is. Next, looking at the front, the side, and the back. Okay, so this is how the nerves will travel around the spine and go to each and every hair follicle, every part they are going, for temperature, for pressure, for pain, for cut. Even a mosquito bites you, you'll be able to know. So the whole thing works at that point. Okay, now looking at the brain area, see how the whole nerve system is working around the brain area. Facial nerve, facial palsy, you get some kind of a paralysis on the face paralysis, and then the trigeminal nerve coming, lots of pain. Okay, you know, we have here a lot of people with what is called trigeminal nerve. We have here, you know, that's successful. People have got so many pain, they just come in 2-3 minutes, they heal them, it's fine. Okay, next is going down, now going down to the buttocks and going down here, right to the foot and going down to the foot. So it's a big thing, big system that goes around our system. And we should all thank our brain and every part that doing so much work to keep us alive. So first of all, that's why when the book is ready, everybody will have one that says forgiveness to all the cells in our body. Yes, ask them forgiveness for all the harm that we do to them over the many years. Okay? Okay, now nerve cells called the neurons, trillions of nerve cells. They're very unique. They're not like the other cells. They're very unique, and they communicate in an electrical way. Very, very, very unique. The 3 types of nerve cells all over the body. Some will have 1 connection, some will have 2 connection, some will have many, many connections. Like tendons. They connect to many, many cells. Okay? Right. Let's go. Now, this is called a motor neuron disease. Okay? The disease where all of these things are normal. We'll come to that tomorrow. Huh? Now, these are the 3 cells. 3 simple cells. These are the dendrites where they make connection to another cell. Now, this one has got different. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a bit more powerful. Now, these are the things that you've got to be careful. These are the ones, the sheet that can get eaten up by all these viruses, and also can be eaten up by all the acidic food that you're taking. They can eat up. They can get lost. Your coffee is bad. Coffee is super bad. You can say whatever you want. You can say this coffee is so fantastic. You can say whatever you want, my friend. You can do whatever you want. But caffeine will go and damage your neurons. Okay? It will damage it. You can say whatever you want. No, I don't believe. I had coffee for the past 20 years. Go ahead and have it. Okay? Now, unipolar neurons, bipolar and multipolar. Some are uni, there are 2. Some are 1 are many. Okay? So this is what you need to understand about the neurons. Okay? Don't have to know. This is how they look like. It's a cell. And they take the signal. How? This is how it happens. Okay? Now, this is a multipolar neuron. It's coming there. There's a connection they have. They are not touching. They are not touching each other. Okay? So here, you have got chemicals here. Chemicals happen. So the signal will travel through them and come back. They go and they come. They go and they come. It's like joints. Like if you go and open up some kind of computer, you'll find a lot of circuit boards, and the circuit board is all about connecting. You've got an IC. Inside the IC, there's a lot of integrated chips, got lots and lots of silver. They're very so small, but there's still layers and layers going around. Understand? If you go and open up your electrical panel, you can see so many wires going inside, fuses and wires. Like that, they will go and make the connection. Okay? 4 potassium, 1 sodium. 4 potassium, 1 sodium for connection. That's the electrical potential. 1.4 volts. Okay. Or 1.5 volts, something like that. Not exactly, but that voltage is there. And that's the voltage. If something goes wrong here, they cannot send a signal. Your signal will not come to you. Simple as that. For the eyes, for the ears, for the nose, everything. Nose for smell, tongue for taste, signals are still the same. The different form, the brain will interpret it and tell you this is bitter, it's acid, it's sour. Understand? But you learn it as a small child. It goes in the memory. It's sour. I don't like it. Bitter. I don't like it. So I put some salt and sugar and drink. Now it's nice. I don't feel it. You cheat yourself. Okay? So like that, this is how it happens. The neurons are moving around. See, this guy is connecting at that point. You see the point? It's connecting. It's going down here. So this guy will connect to another place. So all these guys are all connection going all over the place. And they work like those days, Have you seen the olden days telephone operator? You call, yes, I will connect you, I'll connect you, they connect. Have you seen all the telephone lines as the system when you go TV, when you open up, there's so many lines coming inside. Each line with somebody, the home lines. Of course, the handphone is not the same. So lots of connection in your system. And they have to be healthy. They have to be strong. They have to be working. For that, they need good food, and they need good oxygen, and lots of prana to make it work. Good emotions. So many things they make for each and every cell. And you see, I say, no, I don't want to live. I hate my life. I want to die. You die. He says, okay, thank you very much. Let's plan. Owner not happy with her. Owner says he want to die. Let's start killing the owner. Then everything goes wrong. Sir, my back is paining, sir. I can't take it, sir. I got this, I got that, sir. You asked for it. Now you don't want it. How? Okay, now look, this is how it happens. You see the brain chemicals, neurotransmitters, the gap neutron, and they're not touching, there's a gap. There's a gap between them. The gap becomes big, they cannot send. They cannot send the information down there. It's very interesting. Neuron 1, neuron 2, like that. See, this is a normal one. Okay, travel smoothly nerve cells in the brain. So imagine how many of these things are there in the brain. Next. Now, so normal message pattern travels smoothly. Now, when something goes wrong, the chemical interfere with how message, then there's one cause the problem. Fewer neurotransmitters. There are not enough transmitters. You don't have a lot of either too much of salt in your diet or some kind of acidic food. They're not able to give the thing. You have a problem. Okay? Next. Fewer neural numbers disrupt the message. Change in chemicals in the brain can interfere with how messages are transmitted. So the lots of chemicals that's inside them that make this thing. That's the dopamine, that's the serotonin, and many more that we'll talk about in a short while. Now these are the chemicals made by the brain. When they don't make the brain, these cells cannot work. They cannot send you feel good, feel love. They cannot send. They don't have the chemicals for that. So all some of the chemicals coming down. Okay? Now look at how it works. See this, huh? Boys, remember these little guys, huh? Look at these guys. Multiple sclerosis, these guys no more there. They are no more there. They've all been eaten by some kind of system that you have. So I'm telling you, please, your blood pH is 7.3, 7.4. Stop taking acidic food. I can shout. People listen or not. Guys, how many of you still taking acidic food? I'm asking a question to everybody here. How many of you still taking acidic food? Then you cannot miss. You must take acidic food. You must take acidic. How many of you still taking acidic food? Any people from Andhra Pradesh taking acidic food? See now, when it comes here, see what's inside. So all the chemicals, the neural tubes coming inside, neurons, lots of things, my friend. It's just one cell. The one cell will look like this inside when you magnify them into a huge magnifying glass. Okay? Then that's where the chemical makes the change. It makes the chemical change there to the other neurons. Now what if there's a gap or this guy is dead, this guy is not working, then I cannot send the signal. The signal will not go there. I am dead. I cannot work. That's it, guys. Okay? Now, let me do something first. Give me 1 minute. I just switch off the aircon. It's too cold. Okay? Now we have the autonomous nervous system. I hope it's not too theory for everybody. Someone says, I'm reducing acid food. You should stop acidic food, sir. Someone said, sir, when I see lemon, I only see your face. You people are too funny. You look at lemon, do it look like lemon to you? Do it look lemon face to you? Yes, everybody tell me, they see something, they look at Siva. Siva says, going to scold me. Yes, sir, slowly stopping. No, you stop. You don't slowly stop. You can never slowly stop. You stop, you're coming again. Don't know what to eat, sir. Don't know what to eat. Indian people are so used to eating a lot of acidic food, they just don't know what to eat. It's true, I understand. I go to India, so what to eat, sir? What to eat? No audio? What do you find better? Someone says, sir, if you touch acidic food, your words ringing in the ears. Do not dare to touch. Not dare to touch. Like I'm like a headmaster. Headmaster everybody. I never eat lime and amala, sir. Yes, good. You know why? Because this thing don't like, Your handsome face. How to eat, sir? Oh, yes, So my handsome will look like lemonade, My yellow t-shirt look like lemon. Funny people, Funny people, Okay, right. Now, the autonomous nervous system, something that you all should understand. Don't have to know, but just know that such a thing called autonomous nervous. Something's happening, how the signal travels to all parts of the body. Okay. Number one, the sympathetic system, and the parasympathetic system, and the etheric system. Okay, there are three systems down there. That's all. Okay. Don't go deep. Okay. Nervous system is something that you control that works unconsciously. The autonomous nervous system controls something automatically, like the heartbeat, like the saliva coming out, we eat acidic food. It's all automatic, like breathing in, breathing out. It's all happening automatically. Blood is flowing, heart is pumping. If you eat too much, you want to go to the toilet, or if you eat too much of salt food, you feel thirsty, you want to drink water. It's all working unconsciously. That is the autonomous nervous system. I pick up this one, it's intentional. Okay, it's intentional. When something comes near, I close my eyes. I close my eyes. That is unconsciously. It's working automatically. A fly flies in and then you just close. That's automatically. It sees and does it work. I like that. It's an autonomous nervous system. Everything's working automatically. A lot of things working. When you go to sleep, everything's working automatically. You just put on sleeping mode. That's it. You sleep. Okay. Everything happens. When it's too cold, you feel like taking the blanket and covering yourself. It's unconscious. All this happen automatically. Okay. Right. Next, regulate all the body function such as heartbeat, digestion, saliva, enzyme. Many of you don't even know about the saliva, about the acidity. Many of you don't know what kind of enzymes come out from your digestive system. The acid phase comes, So we thought of you all of these things. If you learn all this very well, you have a good idea of what your body is all about. Okay? Respiration, breathing in, breathing out, oxygen coming out, carbon dioxide coming out. Many of us do not know about all of these things. Okay? Next, urinary function. You feel like you want to urine. Sometimes you hold the urine until you come to the house and then you want to let go. Yes or no? Yes. Just like going to the toilet. You want to defecate. Okay? Right. Next, sexual arousal. You must feel the energy of sexual energy that you can enjoy your sex. That's why you cannot feel anything. That's why people say, I cannot do anything, so I don't feel like doing it. I don't have an erection. So because you don't have the chemical. You must have the chemical in order for this to happen. When there's no chemical, how can it ever happen? It cannot happen. You must have the chemical. The chemical is not being made. It's all very important chemicals for many things like this. Orgasms, and many things like that. Okay? Next, pituitary, pupillary function. When you put on there, you dilate. You see light, it goes down automatically. Go up. That's why when something goes wrong, doctors see the eyes. Oh, the brain is working. Good. Brain is working. Not brain dead. It's going up and down. So that works automatically. Then the tears, water is flowing down. When you're too dirty, you fall down. You want to clean your eyes. Okay? Next, you're sneezing, you're coughing, and you're swallowing. You take the food, it all happens automatically. It's called peristalsis. And even the fish is moving up and down, it's automatic. It goes and make that, and hey, I'm ready, go to the toilet now. It tells you automatically, I'm ready, and go to the toilet now. Okay, like that. So that hormonal function, especially for ladies, is such a function that happens every 28 days. Every day is important. Every hour maybe is important. Maybe it's important. What hormones come, what hormones go. Who controls that? The brain and the parts of the brain. Ladies, my friend, you need the brain help a lot. Men, not so much. Because your period cycle of 28 days, then menopause and all these things are very, very important. And you have to go the right chemical. After the bleeding must stop. Healing must happen. The chemical must come and say, okay, stop the bleeding, and your peddler must come and cover the place and heal, and then must heal again, and then start the cycle all over again, another 28 days. Okay? Right. Next, many more things happen in the autonomic nervous cycle. Like this. You see how it works. From the spine, all the information goes. One is called a parasympathetic, one is called a sympathetic. It's sympathetic, parasympathetic. The reason why, one tells you to go, one says stop. Hey, too much. It's like driving the car. Okay, like when you drive the car on auto gear. You know auto gear? You drive the car, you put automatic, you set it at 100 kilometers per hour. Okay, boom. The car, zoom, just go 100 kilometers. The fuel and the thing is all the same, always maintaining. Now when you go up the hill, right, it still want to make it 100 kilometers per hour. So now more fuel rush inside. Who tells the fuel, I need more fuel now, I'm climbing up the mountain? Because the program, done in the program of the car, it does automatically. Like that, when I'm going down the hill, it brakes. The car will brake by itself and the fuel will come down automatically because I cannot go below 100 kilometers per hour. I must manage 100 because it's going to go faster. I'm going down, it's going faster. So the brake, all this work like that. Can you imagine? Something tells you, well, something, enough, stop it. It's a sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Because if some say, go, 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 who's going to stop me? Somebody must stop me. Somebody must stop me to tell you. Like that, this thing works in a feedback and come back. Understand, guys? Is it clear? Just simple thing like that. Don't have to go and detail and all. So everything tells you. Now, all tells you go down here, the food is waiting. Stop. He tell you, stop pushing the food. Yes. He says, stop pushing the food. Why? Stop that. Stop pushing. Because he has to go to the toilet. So everything stop. That is the sympathetic. As I said, parasympathetic. Sympathetic say push, 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 push. Hey, stop. No more place there. There is no toilet around here. So the mind tells there's no toilet. So wait. So the moment you come in the toilet, it tells you, come on, come on, come on. You feel, I need to go to the toilet, I need to go to the toilet. It tells you to go to the toilet now. So this is how it works. The sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Nothing complicated. You don't have to do much about it. You know why? The Ida Pingala can heal the parasympathetic system. The Ida Pingala. Ida Pingala will heal it in less than 20 seconds. Simple, easy. Amazing, huh? That's why we can heal the migraine with the healing wand in less than 20 seconds. People come to us and say, sir, my whole left side is gone or right side. Just Ida Pingala and you can see a difference almost immediately. The healing wand can heal the parasympathetic system. In fact, it is made to heal the sympathetic and the parasympathetic called the Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi and the Sushumna. Remember, guys? Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi, Sushumna. That is the one that's traveling out. That's the one we're healing in the energy field. And automatically, the physical body gets healed. I've been waiting for a long time to talk about this. So it's the right time because I'm showing you seriously about what happens in the sympathetic system and the para, because we talk about the brain. The brain, when I'm in the basic life, we don't have too much to talk about it. Okay? Now we go in detail now. This is how it is. Look, one side sending, one side giving. So going and coming, going and coming, going, coming. Let's say you walk up the staircase, right? You need more oxygen. Something tells you, hey, I need more oxygen. Then you start breathing. You're breathing. And the heart works faster. Who tells them? Something tells them that muscles need more energy. Go. And now when enough oxygen, this guy says, okay, enough. Enough, stop. The heart, stop beating. Don't beat too much. Okay, stop. When the heart, the signal doesn't go back, that's when you start palpitating. Signal come, not tell you stop. Stopping. You can't stop it. The brain signal says, I don't know how to stop. Because that part of mind is failed. The return signal failed. Go signal is there, but return signal has failed. That's why you do Ida Pingala and start healing the nerve or the heart area. Understand, guys? Understand some German I'm speaking in a very simple way. Understand what I mean by feedback and comeback system? Like walking, like climbing on the staircase, you breathe more, heart has to pump, more oxygen has to go. All this controlled by this guy here. All this guy. And what can happen? That's when you have palpitation, heart doesn't stop, you're having some kind of hiccup, your signal doesn't come and say stop it. It doesn't know. It sends a signal. You're coughing. Someone tells stop coughing. Something's there. Something's blocking you from coughing. And I'll tell you where to do all of this healing of coughing and things like that. Okay? What chakras to heal? Okay, guys? Very good. Next, look at how it happens. Look at all the organs. The kidneys, the female reproductive part, the men's reproductive part, the intestines, the liver, the heart, the lungs, the pancreas, everything is controlled by the whole system. and then the top part here called the cranial nerve is now going to your nose, going to your mouth, going to your tongue, going to facial muscle, going to your neck muscle, going to your eyes, going to your ears. This guy is all about this part. So imagine how important the spine and the nervous system is. How important. Guys, watch. Spend some time. Look what I'm talking about. You can go and Google this and find out. Okay? Right. Next. Look at how this becomes. See how it's going to. Simple on one side. All going one side. As I told you, one is sympathetic and one is a parasympathetic system. Going on. Everything. Imagine how the woman will be. She gets pregnant. She got a child. More things will happen. The umbilical cord will have to be formed. So will happen even after that. It's very complicated. Women needs more healing, guys. They need a lot of healing on the parts of the hormonal system and everything. Okay, good. Now, see a simple one. Make it simple, Sympathetic, sending signals, going. See from all, going from the T1 bone, T2 bone, T12, and all going to every part. So imagine how important this nervous system is all about. So understand, Going to the stomach, tells you stop the acid. If it doesn't stop the acid keep on coming out. That's why you have too much of acid problem. So you got to heal the stomach, do Ida Pingala, and heal the nerve that giving the signal that say stop it, make it revive. Revive the signal that's coming back. You say stop it. I'm sending more acid, please, acid's coming down. The cells are giving acid, but nothing tells you to stop it. So you must stop the acid, otherwise you end up having so much of acid problem. So people have a lot of acid issues, okay, because of the signal not going back. Okay, so now we understand this, then we can start healing properly. So you must understand about the feedback, signal going in, signal coming back. If not going, it won't work. Not coming over. So they have to go and come back properly. So do the Ida Pingala very well. Do it every hour. Like this, what I'm telling. So autistic children, you probably have to do Ida Pingala every hour for these children. It's very important because they have got more issues on the whole autonomic nervous system. The system is not working well for them. They said they cannot. The motor neurons are working. They're moving everywhere. They want to go around. So a lot of help they need. That's why I tell people, children do it every 1 hour or 2 hours. Just 30 seconds only. Just do like that. Okay? Good. Next, cranial nerve. The cranial nerves connect to many parts of our face. Okay? It starts from there. Start right from here. Coming down. So heal the back head chakra is very important. Heal the Ajna chakra, heal the pituitary gland, hypothalamus, and the thalamus, and the pineal gland. But this side is where all the things are coming. Okay, look how they're coming. They go to the tongue, going to the eyes, going to the facial muscle, going to the nose, going to the ears, going to the mouth, going to many, many things. The cranial nerve. Okay? Now look. More colorful, So look here. Coming to the neck muscles, coming to the mouth, the facial muscle, coming to the jaws, coming to the nose, the smell, going to the eyes muscle, going to the eye optic nerve, going to the ears, going to the tongue, going to all the other parts of the body. So imagine from here the signals are traveling, my friends. Serious. So this part is very important. When people get knocked here, have an accident, something can go wrong. They can lose all this function. The eye function they can lose because the nerves, when the nerves are sick, the signal cannot go back to the brain. So going and coming back is very important. You need to understand this very well. Okay. Now more detailed one. You see this nerve from here going to this part. See the nerve from here. Okay. All of these things are very important to understand. I'll copy this today and tomorrow I'll put it in the YouTube. Spend a little bit time understanding about yourself. You have no harm, my friend. You're only knowing about yourself. And knowing about it is very important. The more you know about yourself, the more your body will love you. The more you take care of your body, all the cells will love you. All your organs will love you. You must make pledges. I will not do this anymore. I will not hurt you enough. I've hurt you so much. I will never hurt you. Can you imagine he's telling a son, son, I love you, son. I have hurt you so much. I will take care of you. How happy the son will be. Like that. How happy the organs and every part. Go and tell your wife how much you love her, how much you've hurt her, and ask forgiveness. You think she'll be happy. She will start to change. Maybe for 1-2 days, then she'll be fine. Okay, good. And look, coming to the trigeminal nerve. This is what I'm talking about. How we heal the trigeminal nerve. This part here. They have got a lot of pain here. No medical cure. They have healed people in 2 minutes on the site in many places. The trigeminal nerve. Okay, right. In fact, we have got that in the YouTube also. Our healing of trigeminal nerve. Okay, right. Next, coming to olfactory nerve for the smell of the nose. So remember, you must heal the olfactory. This can work, but the signal must go back to the brain. Otherwise, they won't work. The brain will not know the smell. You know how difficult that you cannot smell and you cannot eat. There's one lady who came to my class after healing those. You know what she told me, sir? Sir, I cannot believe. First time I'm smelling my shit. Funny woman. She's telling me, first time I'm smelling my SHIT. Can you imagine? Because she has never smelled before. And imagine, you cannot enjoy the food when you cannot smell. There's no perfume you can enjoy. Nothing, you do not know what is good and bad. It's very sad. Okay. Next, coming to your the tongue and the mouth and all. Okay. Right. Next, coming to your whole system, coming to all of this part. The vagus nerve. Can you imagine the vagus nerve? Remember, we talked about vagus nerve the last time in one of the classes, I think digestion, where it comes down and hurt your body and give you migraine pain because of stomach acidity. The vagus nerve. Right. Okay. So imagine when the vagus nerve, that's why we can heal. When we heal the stomach, the headache is gone. Because the vagus nerve becomes relaxed of all of the acidity of the stomach. So stomach acid is very important, my friend. So all of you take the wands, please. It's a healing wand. Become as powerful as required to heal my physical stomach. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's heal the physical stomach. Come on, heal us. Physical stomach, please, all of you. It'll help you relax yourself. Then condition stomach. Say, condition my physical stomach chakra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 cycles. One more cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Healing, that's how you heal your stomach. Stomach is very important. A lot of people are doing a lot of harm with stomach, putting too many things in the stomach. That is not very happening and they cause a lot of problem. Okay? Right. Next, look, it's coming to all the facial muscles, below the muscles, very important. And finally, it's going right into the ears of the balancing, the vestibular. Okay, for your balancing of your senses, of your weight. And next, going down to the brain to show you that you are now here, the left hand side, right hand side is all working, like that. And going to the eye muscles, okay, and also going to the eyes. Now finally you come to the brain. The brain is another big guy who does a lot of work, who does all the coordination, okay. Now part of the brain, number 1 is the cranium, cortex, cerebellum, thalamus, hypothalamus, glands, pituitary gland, and pineal gland, and lots and lots and lots of cells, okay, lots and lots of nervous cells, lots and lots of blood vessels and all, okay. Now this when you cut the skull, it looks like that, cutting, goes down, okay. Now this is all the protection, the pure matter and alkali, dura metal, the skull. There's a lot of tissues down there. The brain is actually floating. It's floating in a liquid form. It's in a floating form. Okay. So sometimes that can get infected. Can also be infected by virus and fungus and bacteria. If you don't take care of yourself, they can all have a lot of infection at that point. They can also bleed. They can bleed. The water can leak when accident. All this is very important. So please take care. When you drive a motorbike, wear a helmet. Don't take the risk. The head is injured. It's so difficult for the people to put them back together. Humpty Dumpty, great wall. Sat on a great wall. Humpty broke his skull, like that, So like that. Must be very, very careful. wear a nice shade and save yourself, save your family. Don't take a short distance. A short distance can be a really bad time for you also. Sometimes your pin driver, children, you don't know what happened. Always wear a safety helmet to take care of yourself. Okay, right? Very important. Huh? Next, coming down, read deep down to the thing, and you find this is the one that's flowing. The fluid is flowing inside. See the fluid flowing? Flowing down, down, going back here, going down. It's always flowing to keep the wife in shape and stand up cleaning itself of all the dirt. So the fluid inside is very important. Sometimes people go to bungee jumping. Don't go to bungee jumping on, okay? Your brains are all pushing up and down, up and down. Don't go to all of this roller coaster, boom, bum, boom, bum. It's not good, my friend. Somebody will get hurt. They don't tell you, but somebody might get hurt. It's very nice to go around and scream and shout and all, but it's not really working because the brain is now floating inside the skull. And imagine it's pushing, hitting up and down, hitting up and down. How much you can take? So a lot of extreme sports there that can damage your brains inside the whole thing. So please be careful, okay? Don't try to do that. Now this is how the whole thing will look. It's a cerebellum, and the whole thing is called the cortex, and all of the things that all the pituitary gland, all the part we go in detail, the spinal cord, and all these things up there. Okay, dura mater, and things like that. Huh? So okay, guys, understand what I'm trying to say? Now more detail of how it looks like. The liquid is flowing inside, and the liquid has to be clean. So remember, the pH of liquid is 7.3, 7.4, not your whatever you call, not your modified water or not all this acidic food. Okay, they have to change them before they go inside. The body works on 7.3, 7.4. Okay, good. Understand? Now this is how it looks like. Now look all the different loops: frontal loop, parental loop, occipital loop, cerebellum, brain stems, all kind of stuff. Okay, we don't have to know all of these things. The wand will take you where and send the energy to heal the place as required. That's the beauty of the wand. Okay, right. Next, more detailed one. The temporal loop coming down here, the brain, the basal ganglia, the cortex, the cranium, and all that stuff. Cerebellum is a 1, 2. Cortex and the cerebellum. Okay, right. Now more detail, dura metal, things like that. Okay, right. Now this is another one inside called the third ventricles, the inside the brain. So the brain is a very, very important part. So please take care of the brain. Proper food is very important. Not acidic food, not too much sugar, no much salt. If you have the salt come, sodium is salt. Sodium chloride is salt. But what they need is sodium, not in the form of sodium chloride. So get the sodium from vegetables. Try to reduce salt as much as you can. Today's lifestyle, people put too many salt because it's an addiction. The more salt you addicted, you end up eating more and more. Okay, so it's addiction. Like even sugar. Sugar can also be addiction. Okay, so please be careful. Right. So now that's a flow going up and down. I'll show you this now. See how the flow. How the arrow flows, Understand, my friends? Understand, my guys? How it happened? Okay, good. Right. Now coming to the inside of the brain. Okay. This is the cerebellum, or the cortex. Go to pituitary gland. Go to thalamus, the hypothalamus. Okay, something here. Thalamus, so we call thalamus, and the hypothalamus. So healing will be healing the pituitary gland, healing the hypothalamus, and healing the thalamus. Okay, and the pineal gland. Okay. Now this is the skull. How the skull looks like. Skull shape. They come in different portions. So please be careful. Don't ever think that you have something go wrong. You want to have a skull operation. They will cut the skull and go inside and do all kinds of. Please take care of your brains. It's not easy for a doctor to go inside and try to mess up and do something on the brain. It's a mess. It's not an easy thing. It's a mess. Okay? Radiation, chemotherapy, a lot of things, my friend. This one I'm talking about. The thalamus, the hypothalamus, and the pituitary gland. This guy is a very powerful guy. Just like a tissue, like a peanut, small peanut. Can you imagine what kind of work you do? Especially all the ladies, please understand your hormone imbalances that happen to you. You got to heal the pituitary gland, heal the hypothalamus, heal the thalamus, heal the ovaries, heal the uterus. These are the things you're going to heal for hormonal imbalances. and not forgetting your thyroid gland. With a class only for thyroid gland. Remember, from the hypothalamus, the enzymes, the hormones must go to the thyroid gland. From the thyroid gland, it sends all the T3 and T4 to all over the body. So remember, the hypothalamus must make the hormone to send to this guy to activate it. How much? How little? Okay. Remember, hypothyroidism and T3 and T4. Too much, something happened. Too little, something happened. So all these things are very important to understand. Please understand this, okay? Very good. Next, the blood supply. Imagine, look at the blood supply that goes to the whole brain. Superman. Imagine, each and every cell, each and every neuron cells need this. Now, if your blood is dirty, what's going to happen? The blood pH is not 7.74, what's going to happen? If there is uric acid, what's going to happen? Too much of protein. And too much of protein becomes uric acid. And it's carrying uric acid there. The kidneys cannot throw them. What's going to happen to the brain? So food is very important. There is no healing without food. There's no healing without diet. I keep on telling this every time to everybody. I don't think no healing modalities talk about food. Neither do the medicinal people talk about food. I'm the only stupid fella talking about food. Sometimes I'm shouting, people get angry with me. Food is very important, my friends. Start with children today. Start with kids today. Start with kids today. Kids should start. You start with kids today, they grow up, they be better people. If they start eating the food that you are eating, they are not going to become better. They are not going to become better. You have to start with children today. Very good translation. Everybody's translating on the spot. Fantastic. These people are the professional translators, I think. Tamil, Telugu, Spanish. Is this Brazilian? Is it Brazil? Rosario? You doing Brazil? Very nice. Hindi also, very nice. Good. You should thank all the translators for doing a wonderful job, doing online translation for everybody. Fantastic. Not stupid at all, Rosario. I think I'm a stupid guy going around telling, doctors don't tell you. All the other healers don't tell you about diet. They say, eat whatever you want, I'll heal you. Come back, I'll heal you. Come back, I'll heal you. They don't tell you stop eating acidic food. You come back, they say medicine. They want to keep you alive. They want to heal you, keep you alive. But then come back to me. And I tell you, go, don't worry. You take life, you'll be fine. And if you want to follow, how to heal. How to heal, my friends. How to heal. What to eat, sir. Yes, madam, I'm the only one who talk about food in our healing modality. Nobody else. I don't think acupressure talk about food, acupuncture talk about food, maybe Ayurveda talk about food, but they give you more difficult thing to eat. They give you all bitter stuff that mouth is rejecting. Yes or no? They give you all the bitter stuff. So bad, it is so bad. And it's all pushing. I don't know how they heal you, but I don't know how they heal you. You ask them something, they say, it's 1,000-year-old ancient. So everyone gets excited. Ancient. Okay, very good. Brain and nervous issue. Number 1, headache. Headache. Yes or no? Yes or no? Remember guys, we had a class for 2 hours on headache only. Headache, just headache only. Next, dizziness. You feel dizzy. Something wrong in your head. Up and down. Motion sickness. Go in the bus, you feel up and down. You go in a ship, you fly a plane, you don't feel that. But you go in a ship, you can feel dung, 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 dung. You start vomiting sometimes. Sometimes epilepsy. Yes, we'll talk about epilepsy tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about epilepsy. On the healing, we'll talk tomorrow. Today we have no time to talk about healing. Next, stroke. We talk about stroke. What's the cause of stroke? How you can start healing the stroke. Next, Bell palsy. Actually very easy. You can help about Bell palsy. Next, trigeminal nerve issues. Talk about that tomorrow also. Cerebral palsy. Very difficult if you're born with it. Sometimes it's karmic. Cerebral palsy can be karmic. Next, motor neuron disease is about food. The food is eating up all the nerve system. They're not working as they're supposed to work. Multiple sclerosis, same thing, my friends, same thing. Your nerves are not working. How to rejuvenate nerve? Very simple. Start practicing food hygiene. Stop acidic food, stop salty food, stop all of this food that are not good for the body. Go back to natural diet and see the difference that will happen to you. Seriously, okay? Next, Parkinson's. Same thing. You see the food that is managed, it's all brain stuff. Something the brain cells are dead, they are not working. Or sometimes people have got some other issues, they take a lot of drugs. They take a lot of drugs. And the drugs will go in the brain and mess up the thing, and people start having Parkinson's, they start shaking. It can also happen. Bad food and also side effect of medication can do this. Okay. Next, dementia. We'll talk about it tomorrow also. Next, wrong medication can cause a lot of issues. Too much of sleeping pills can go and damage all his nerves down there. Next, continue. Alzheimer's disease. Can't remember things. Forget people's face. Next, autism spectrum. Could be brain issue because of karmic. Okay, we can help you there. If you bring in children, we can help you. Okay. If we have a special class, we already finished a class on autism. Remember, understand how autism works about and start healing. Next, Neurofibromatosis Fibromatosis. Okay, the neurons. Next, senile, getting old, things don't work, cells are all dead, cells are getting dying. They're not rejuvenating. They get slow, movement slow, all moving slow, aging. Next, sciatica, pain of the sciatic nerve. Next, back pain. Maybe I had a class just for sciatica and back pain. I hope people are healing themselves with all of the things that we're teaching you. Okay. Next, vision, hearing, taste, smell are getting lower and lower. Sound getting lesser. Taste is not, vision is not there. Getting lower and lower. Memories, concentration issues are going down. Is it age or is it because the food you eat, the cells are not rejuvenating? Remember, the brain cells need to rejuvenate. Okay, very important. Next, sleep disorder, cannot sleep, sleep apnea, all these things can happen. Next, mercury. Mercury poisoning can go to your brains and start giving a lot of issues. Food has got mercury. Sometimes food can have mercury issues. Sometimes drugs get mercury also. There's one lady, we talking to her, remember? The child had rubella and she was fine, was 18 months old. And after that, everything went down the drain. She couldn't concentrate. And then she did research and found that the vaccine that she put had mercury. And they checked, they found mercury levels very high in the child's body. See how this all can happen. Mercury can do this, friends. Next, neuromuscular disorder, genetics. We're trying to, as I told you, we're trying to find a way to heal genetic with the wand now. I'm trying to see how to heal genetics of the person. Is there a genetic energy down there that takes care of the energy? Is it a chakra or is it energy? We will do that and we will talk about it very soon. Once I get it, then we talk about it. So I need to get information from top there. They should give me. So it depends on how good things I do. But good things I do, if many people follow, many people come to learn, these people, they all become healers, and they give me more information and I give it to you. Finish. But if you're just selfish, no, I am fine, I am happy, I am not going to give everybody. Then they won't give me. Okay? Next, muscular, these are all different type of muscular disorder, muscular. muscular dystrophies, motor neuron disease, neuropathies, muscular junction disorder, the junction are having problem, cannot send signal. Next, myopathies, right? So these are all neurogenerative issues. That means least understood. They cannot, somehow or other, the neurons in this place are not regenerating cells. They're not becoming alive. They're not multiplying. You see, like the cells in our body are always changing. One die, another comes out. Like a red blood cell. They die every 3 weeks or 4 weeks they die. So new cells will be produced. Now when they die, when new cells are not produced, then you have an issue. That means the cells are not being produced like that. Each and every cell dies. New cells come, new cells come, new cells come, new cells come. When they stop coming, that's what we call regenerative. They're not regenerating. They're not regenerating. They are dying. They're not. Then everything goes wrong. Okay? Like that. Okay? Number 1 is called Alzheimer's disease. Yes. Number 2 is Parkinson. Okay. Next, dementia. Next, ALS. Next, genetically induced issues. Next, muscular dystrophies. Next, other common symptoms like memory loss, like forgetfulness, apathy, anxiety, agitation, and mood changes. This all can be because the neurons are not being regenerated. The chemicals are not being produced. As we grow older and older, we are eating a lot of wrong food. All of these things can cause and can create these issues. Okay, my friends? Understand? Very good. Now, symptoms of brain issues and neuron issues. Number 1 is migraine, which is very common for everybody. Many people got migraine and headache, nervous issues for some reason. Numbness in legs and hands, numb. You don't feel, face being numb. Memory loss. You can't think fast like how you used to do. Paralysis, concentration getting low, speech, hearing, and vision, symptoms of brain issues, disabilities of organ function, pupil dilation no more, cannot arrange the light, cannot, okay. Next, irregular heartbeat, heart is not working very well. Next, irregular breathing, this is not done very well. Next, bleeding from the ears. Now, and seizure and fits, seizure happening. So these are all things that says that something is not right, something is the brains are having some issue. Maybe the chemicals are not being produced, the neurons are not being generated, they're dying, they're not growing. Some chemicals cannot be made, and we're going to find out what chemicals are these. Okay? Now continue. Nausea, vomiting, facial paralysis, sleep issue, difficulty movement or balancing yourself, changes in personality, somebody getting angry for no reason, getting angry for simple thing, because they are having this issue of the brain not giving the right chemicals. Okay? Tomorrow we'll talk about all the chemicals and probably how to heal these chemicals so they will produce in the right form and right portion so that we'll all be happy. It's a happy chemical. How do you get happy chemical? Is it emotionally stopping this chemical from happening? Or you're not getting something correctly, or the food is the one not providing the right thing for them to make these chemicals. Okay? Right. Now, many types of headache. The best part is we have got a wonderful solution for all of this headache. Right from sinus to hormone to neck, we have done. Okay? I think I can safely say PVH has been very, very successful on healing headache, especially headaches that come due to white magic. White magic. Yeah. Imagine people are suffering for this pain in the Ajna chakra, in the crown chakra for years. 10, 20, 30, 40. The one I saw was 54 years. She's been suffering. Very interesting. Let's call and find out Rosario. What happened to the girl? Because she doesn't speak English. Let Rosario call her. Remember, 54 years old, she had pain in the head. She had 2 operations and nothing helped her. She stopped and she's suffering with the pain. Let's call Rosario and see what happens. Very interesting. That's the biggest, longest headache that they've had. 54 years old. 50 years, yes. But 54 years old, that's the one. Let's see. Let her call this lady and see whether the headache is fine now. If not, we will try to heal her.
Hello, sir.
Rosario, can you please call the lady from Argentina and the psychiatrist, the psychologist,
Yes, sir.
and ask her how is the headache? Remember, we healed her about a week last week on Sunday, I think,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
On Monday, she told me that she was fine.
Fine.
She had no pain.
Let's see how. Let's see how.
Perfect.
I don't see any cords on her from anywhere. She's fine. She's fine. Let's see. It's very interesting, because this will be a big thing for the whole world. If she can read, if she can write a little book on her suffering of headache and how she was healed based on past life connection.
Yes, sir.
And being a psychologist herself and having two operations.
She was very happy because on Tuesday she was starting the hospital where she is working. She has been working from the house through the telephone, but now since Tuesday they asked her to go there and take care of another kind of. She didn't answer. She must be in the hospital now. That's why she told me
Okay.
from Tuesday on.
She's hospital.
Physically in hospital.
Okay.
She asked me what to do, and so I told her to read affirmations before for every patient and to heal with her her wand activated.
Right.
So she hasn't come back to me, so I think she must be doing very
You know something?
She would have asked for.
You know something?
Yes.
Okay, send a text afterwards. Just send a text to see how you reply. You know something? There was a gynecologist who learned PVH. You know how she healed a patient with a wand?
How, sir?
Under her table.
Yes.
Because she said, people will not accept me turning around their face. So when people don't want, I heal them under. You know, when people come to her at 7 months of having premature kind of thing to have the baby, she healed them and they become fine.
Wow.
Seriously.
Fantastic.
I told her to write a journal and tell people, these medical people are not, they're getting good, but they're not doing the work of spreading this news to the world,
Yes, sir.
She just healed them
You know, sir.
and it's fine.
Yes. Exactly, sir. You know, the other day, some days ago, a baby newborn died in Venezuela hospital because of the bacteria. Because in
Right.
Venezuela there's a very little
Medicine.
hygiene in hospitals right now. So what they are doing in the Venezuela group now is dividing all the hospitals in the city, and each person with the activated wand will take care of one to start healing
Wow.
hospitals to help them, because they have no other way, sir. Only the wand, the PVH wand.
Very nice. I was supposed to go to Venezuela. I was supposed to go to Venezuela in June.
Yes, sir. You must. They need a lot of help. Things are getting very difficult there, sir.
I know.
For all the world, it's difficult. For Venezuela,
It's much
more difficult.
much. I understand.
Yes.
At least there's no black magic there. At least there's no black magic in the country.
Yes, but still the people are very crazy and doing very crazy things.
Okay, that's so what you do now, you just send a text to this lady, Ajna, ask her how the feeling of the headache
Yes.
is. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
And return to you with the information.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So guys, listen what we are doing. So remember, now all of you here who have this pain right now on here, can you say yes? Whoever got pain right now on this pain now? Anybody got pain right here and here? Ajna chakra and crown chakra. Don't ask me. Just look at this now. I'm going to show you this thing. I'm going to show each and every one of you. I'm going to show you. Just look at this thing from the phone. Look at this picture from the phone. Look at this one from the phone. Just look at it. Just look at it, my friends. Just look at it. All those people who have got pain in your Ajna chakra, which is the forehead, and also in your crown, on your tip of your head, top of your head. Okay? Just look at it. And after looking at it, just inhale, put the tongue on the palate, just inhale and exhale. Just inhale and exhale. People who got pain, this is what we call white magic. There are calls coming from spiritual people or spiritual organization right to Ajna chakra and a crown chakra for the intention of controlling your soul to be with them. That is what we call white magic. Okay? When your soul don't like it, you got pain. Doesn't mean that you have no pain, means your soul like it. You're just a young soul and in a lost way. Okay? Tell me how you feel. Remove it and tell me how you feel. Just look. So all those who have got pain here and pain here, tell me how you feel. Someone said light, thank you very much. From 10 to 0. What number has come down? 10 was the pain you had just now. 0 is no pain. Tell me how much the pain has come down. My friend, this is what we call as white magic. This is the I am affirmation on page number 2 of the spiritual affirmation. Page number 2 called I am. What you said just now was, the best part is everybody who watched this were watching this in Telugu. This is not English, it's not Tamil, it's not Hindi, it's in Telugu. So many of you are Spanish people, many of you are Tamil people who could not read this. All you're saying in this is, I am not this physical body. I am that I am. I am not this wrong emotion. I am that I am. I am not this disturbed mind. I am that I am. I am a soul. I am the soul. My body is a temple of my soul. God is my creator. I am connected with God. I am a divine spark. Day by day, I am balancing my karma. I am accepting this divine direction and plan. And I am God's perfection made manifest in body, mind and soul. I am the purity and likeness of God. I am the purity God desires. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am connected with God. I am connected with all. God, thank you, thank you, thank you. So remember, everybody can do this very simply. Someone said, magically headache is gone. It's not magic, madam. It's simple. White magic. You had white magic. As simple as that. When the white magic don't goes away, it will come back. V. Raman, you are saying, sir, I'm doing it daily, reducing after some time coming. Yes, because you're still connecting. Go back and check your house. You have a picture of some guru or some kind of a thing. Are you reading? Somebody sending some kind of message about a guru's picture. Are you reading? All these things will increase the connection that they want to connect to you. Are you watching some spiritual book? Are you looking at some book? That's the cause of the headache. Okay, now white magic. Next. Nervous system is Alzheimer's. Okay, your nerve cells are all not so healthy anymore. They are not rejuvenating. They have been dead. So we have to rejuvenate them. We'll teach about this tomorrow in the class, what you should do. Next is the new Neurofibromatosis. This can happen. Next, Palsy. Okay. Next, motor neuron disease. Okay. Next, multiple sclerosis. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Next, epilepsy. Next, cerebral palsy. Okay. Next, stroke. One side is all gone. Why one side? How do you manage this? How do you repair this? How do you heal this? There are people who have healed and become better, but you must do. It's not something that you can, I'm done. Don't wait for somebody to come help you. You start doing it yourself. Do not wait for people to come. Prana, while healing, is teaching you to heal yourself. Don't wait for people. Oh, somebody will come to heal me. Please heal me. No. We are teaching you to heal yourself. That's all we are trying to do here. Okay? Understand? Right. Next. Brain damages, blood clot, swelling inside the skull, bruising of the brain tissue, strokes, brain tumors, cancerous and non-cancerous. PVH has other workshops that you can refer in detail of this subject. Okay? Number one, we have got headache class, finished or done, spine issues, cardiovascular issues, sleep disorder, emotional freedom healing, autism spectrum. Okay, one more I mentioned. I think we have one more there. I couldn't remember now. There's one more, we already covered everything. So please go back and do and see how these all work together. Work together as one. Digestive system, the acid in the body. That can also happen. Okay? Too much of toxic in the body. Next. PVH reason for brain and nervous system issues. Number one. Food. Salty, acidic, sour, or. Next. Environmental. Dehydration. Water goes down. You're not able to drink enough water. Water becomes very acid. Ammonia is formed. Urine becomes so ammonia. All kidneys are all very dirty. Infection from bacteria and virus can happen. From fungus. Fungus can grow inside the brain. Virus can go. You can bring the virus. Okay. Next, physical health. Acidic body, blood pressure, sugar is very high. Long-term wrong food. Next, side effect of medication. Next, effect of hallucinating drugs. Too much of drugs. Too much of marijuana. All kind of stuff. They go and mess up the whole system. Okay. Next, bad habits, smoking, alcohol. This will definitely mess things up. Definitely. Okay. Your nicotine, your alcohol, your bad habit of chewing tobacco. All these things you cannot run away. Next, tumors and growth, they can happen because of too much of cells or not emotional thing. Wrong spiritual practice, meditation, pain here, wrong meditation. Head is heavy. Head is heavy. I've met so many people. They call it premature Kundalini syndrome. Massive. Okay? Can have lots and lots of issues. Lots and lots of issues. One guy who called me, did you feel it? I thought I could talk to him. He did some meditation. Messed up for 4 years. Messed up. Really messed up. Nobody could help him. Let's see if you answer me. Are you online?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. Now, I just want to share, I want everyone to, no names mentioned, okay? No names of gurus or whatever, yeah? You had a very difficult time, you did some meditation and you were stuck.
Yeah.
How were you stuck? How many years you were stuck? Anyway, before that, how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I am completely out of that sort of difficult time that I was in.
Yes.
But there is some problem with the body. There is still some problem with the body here and there.
You only have 1, 2, 3 physical problems, that's all. But no spiritual energy or attack from all the things that you did before.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're fine. It's physical problem. Your stomach, your liver, and your kidneys, you got to heal them. Okay. Now tell me what you went through.
In 2014, sir, actually I knew about this guru, the teacher, for a very long time of my life. My parents knew him way before I was born. And then when I was 19 years old, I was taken to an initiation event. And then there was probably about 1,000 people in the auditorium, and there were a lot of people.
1,000 people, huh?
Yeah, more than 1,000 people, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, sir, we were all there. We were made to sit down, and I was revealed certain techniques, which I don't want to mention. And on that day, sir, I just followed whatever that I saw, and I just learned whatever that I saw. I did not experience anything on that day, to be honest. I did not experience anything. So I just went like everybody else did, and I just sat there, and then I watched whatever that I watched, and I learned, and I came back. And that was when I was 19 years old, sir. So since then, sir, I never once practiced the technique. I used to think about the teacher. I used to think about the guru, the master. He was near and dear in my heart. I never had any wrong impression or anything. And then when I was like almost 29 years old, so about after 10 years, sir, 29 years old, I started listening to his speech online. He has a lot of his speech online on YouTube and also on the website. And somehow from inside of me, I started listening so frequent, like almost 3-4 times in a day. And it became almost like an obsession for me to want to listen more, And it kept going until the year 2014. I fell into a very dark state in my life, sir. Which I later learned that it was what they call it as the dark night of the soul, and I didn't know anything about that before that. And on one night, sir, I just sat down to practice the practices, the 4 techniques that he had taught me. But I did not do it in order. I just sat and I started to practice, and I experienced something inside of me which was very, very, very profound. I don't know what happened on that day. I went into my room like at around 5 p.m. And when I came out, the sun was down. It was almost 8 p.m. But I felt that I was there only for about several minutes. Shiva, sir, could I tell them what I saw on that day?
No, just tell me how you suffered. How you suffered.
Okay. All right, sir. So on that night on the meditation, I saw something which I don't want to say now. After that, there was 3 weeks of pure heavenly bliss. I would not deny that. I'm not going to deny that. I will never deny that. But after the 3 weeks, this is where the story begins. After the 3 weeks, I started hearing voices. I started hearing people's thoughts. Everywhere I go, I will have very difficult time being around people, and people will have very difficult time being around me, because they feel some kind of a very strong energy that emanates from within me, and they don't understand how to communicate with me. And I started hearing voices and thoughts of people and images and voices to a point that I could no longer work. I just cannot be there and do my job. I just can't do my job. And I travel a lot between France and Malaysia, and I could not travel anymore. I could not be at one place. I could no longer drive. When I drive, I would see very bright lights in my eyes, and my mouth would become very dry, and a lot of very difficult time has started. And then at the time, sir, it was not a big problem physically. I mean, I did not have any problem physically. It was just, everything was just mental. And I started seeing images of vampires and scary things and all kinds of scary things. Yeah. And after that, sir, which was like 2015, that means about a year after 2014, it has started to affect me physically. My upper body begins to collapse downwards. And in fact, right now, as I speak to you, I have a severe pain on my left. I'm actually touching it now on my left hip. If I were to sit down with my legs crossed, I will have that severe pain on my left hip. So, sir, I just would like to share this to everybody in the audience tonight. There are several practices. I think there are several meditative techniques which some people they follow, and I don't know how far they practice it, but if they really practice it to a very high extent, they would go to a place where they do not know what lays ahead. They don't know what are the consequences that could happen to them later, because the teacher, the guru, whoever they have met, they would not be with them for the entire rest of their life. They cannot talk to them every day to guide them, to tell them what they can do and what they should not do. So I would really like people to be very careful when they practice meditative techniques, and especially when they are not in touch directly with whoever their teachers are.
Let me tell you, I've met many people. They've gone and gone for all this Kundalini awakening, and they were in trouble. This guru says, no, you did wrong, we can't help you. They walk away. They themselves don't know what's happening. They come and teach you, get your money and walk away. That's it.
Oh my God.
So many people.
Oh my God.
The gurus themselves do not know what is happening. They just claim to know. And people practice. You see, when you see a light, you get excited.
Yeah.
What's the light going to do with you? What's it going to do for you?
Exactly.
You know? So they say, oh, I saw a light. Real light, or you're going to somewhere, they show the light and then they catch you from the back. It's a dark energy at the back of the light to catch you only, to bring you inside. Anyway, how many souls you had?
On that night when I spoke to you, sir, my heart nearly stopped when you told me there were 800,000 souls.
Yes.
I was connected into the dark world.
Exactly.
So
what are all these gurus doing? What are all these gurus doing? Are they getting help with the dark side to become rich? And your guru is super rich man, huh?
Yeah.
He's a super rich man, huh? Okay, you're fine now. Just take the wand and touch the pain and say healing wand. Become as powerful as required to heal the pain anywhere I'm touching. Just physical problem, okay? You start healing now.
Alright, sir.
Bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So this is one guy who he took his back. He called me up. He was so much of thing. He had so much of attack. 800,000 souls were became because of the wrong practice he did. So please be careful, my friends. I have come across many people who have done wrong practices and they're looking at no one that will help them. No one. The dark is too strong. The whole guru himself said, no, you don't know, you go. You are mental. This is a mental, break him up. Okay? So please be careful what you're touching on. You never know what the dark side. Okay? So next, allergies, autoimmune issues, failure of the immune system. Next, liver and kidney issues. Liver, kidney dirty. The brain will become dirty. Next, large intestine issues, diabetic issues. Next, this is what we say, tumor, growth and cancerous in the brain. internal bleeding inside the brain, extreme sports, too much sperm, hit the head, bang, you take a football coming, you hit the football, fine. But what's happening inside? You have an idea? Of course, you put a goal and everybody praise you. Oh, you're so great, you're so fantastic. You play hockey, they hit my stick here, the golf ball may touch you, anything can happen. Why? Why take all this risk and play all this game? And football, even the English, the American football is even worse. They put all things and bang, hit, and people get bang, brain injury. You go back and check and see sports injury, how much they all have. A lot. Okay? Next, accident damaging the area. Next, emotional issues. Next, work stress, hormonal imbalances, cords to the ajna and crown chakra, soul attachment, chemicals, perfumes and polish. Chemicals can go inside and go to the brain. They can dissolve in the blood and go to the brain and cause so much a problem. Even perfume, put a perfume and all, alcohol is going inside. Of course, it comes with nice smell, but it's alcohol. Okay? Right. Next, black magic, white magic and curse coming to you from your part. Next, past life issues, karmic issues, autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, etc. Lunatic, full moon, new moon affected, you cannot sleep, severe headache. How are you going to solve this problem? Painkillers, how much are painkillers? Then bipolar, schizophrenia, okay, astral rate, physically attacked. Some people can feel the pain all over them. You can see blue black mark, but don't know who hit them. Cannot happen to any one person. Okay, right. Next, summarize the PVH, lifestyle, work, diet, blood system, darkening. Simple. All of these things come from, summarized together. It says lifestyle, the work that you're doing, very hectic, too much of stress to your brain, cannot think, clouded mind. Next, diet, wrong diet, eating wrong food. Next, blood system and dark energy. With any one of these things, you're going to have problems. Okay, guys? Now, are you eating the right food? Are you eating the right food? Ask yourself, are you eating the right food? How food can affect many, many people. Change the food. Things will become better. Seriously, my friend, change the food. Today's food is just tasty to the mouth. But is it good for your body? Good for your cells? Good for any cells in the body? Good for your brain cells? And the brain cells doing so much work. What should you give them? Good food? Good energy? That's something. Think about it, okay? Next. Today's food problems, large amount of preservatives, salt, sugar, bitter, food rich in protein, food, Indian food is fermented and acidic, eating food has a large amount of fat, sugar and salt, etc. Look at all the sugar that we put into ourselves, a lot of fast food, a lot of bitter, a lot of lemon and acidic food. Next, salt. Next, a lot of white flour, a lot of overcooked food, salty food, sour food. Next, food like fizzy drinks, a lot of fast food, things, a lot of these things. What's going to happen? What is all going to do our body, my friend, in long term? Not short term, long term, okay? Next, all these bad habits like alcohol, pan, all these drugs, beer, cigar, tobacco. Now this one I'm talking about, the you know, the lady had 300 pills a month. This is what she was eating. She had a big bag. It's there in the YouTube. I asked her, madam, you eat this at 2 minutes, what's going to happen? Better don't stop medication, just eat this, you die eventually. That the pills will not help her by eating all of these things. Next, all of these colorful things, all these fizzy drinks, all the acidic food, all of these things, you know, all of this thing, alcohol. Next, all this spicy and all this fried and all this preservatives, salt and all of these things. This is all super duper brain food. Brain food. You know what's brain food? What's brain food? You take one banana, you eat. Okay? Can you eat 2 bananas? No, enough. Brain says enough. This one, you can keep on eating. 1 packet, 2 packet, 3 packet, 4 packet, go on down and big popcorn, can finish non-stop. Your brain don't know what is it. But when you put a banana, you put an apple, you put good food, it says enough. I'm full. This one, Never. Keep on eating. So as this. So this is all not brain food. This one, when it's ripe, is brain food. When it's not ripe, it's not brain food. Okay? This is not brain food at all. You can keep on eating. Okay? Next, this also can keep on eating. Okay? This, the more you put, the more addicted you become. Okay? Now, this one is definitely not brain food. You can go thumbs up and thumbs up and thumbs up. You can keep on taking. Is it brain food? So big thing there. Yeah, or big, two guys can finish one whole tower. You know? Is it brain food? Chocolate. Can keep on. Kids can keep on eating. This white one. You think it's milk? This milk is milk compound, not milk. Maybe 20% milk. That's all this compound put together to form like that. Rather spend the money, buy the milk and drink. Okay? Next, because they just keep on doing. They're fine. But the salt and all the masala they put together to make this, that's the difficult part. This is fine. But what? But eat it without the salt and without all of this thing, then it's fine. All of this thing. Is all this really good for you? Is it too much good for you? Is this good for you, my friends? Is it good for you? Are this brain food? Or preservative and coloring and taste and says this is definitely not brain food. That milk inside here is not milk at all. It's just chemicals in the form of milk. Just give taste. People, now this is the market now. 3-in-1 for everything. You think it's milk inside there? What's it going to do for your brain, son? Jay says, Siva sir, I can't believe you just called me now. Thank you, Siva sir. All are may be free from difficulties faced. Yes, sir. Because of one man that he's experienced, maybe others are there, but they don't know where to go for help. Jay, somebody would have died because of whatever is happening. Don't think everybody go there. They all just like you know what you say? Like cows and sheep going, sit down. Close your eyes, meditate. Give all the money to me. That guru is super rich. He's got his own plane flying around. He flies the plane, all given by Americans, just because of meditation. Has a beautiful big house in Florida. But he must go and see all the negative comments. But no one think. Because meditation. I want to see the light. What are you going to see with the light? If God wants to give to you something good, He will give you the eyes open. That comes from the divine. Don't get excited. I saw the white light. It's so bright, so fantastic. So what? So what is the light? What are you going to come back and do with the light? Sometimes it's so funny, you know. Sometimes it's just some light. Let us you see inside your body. You want to see light? See the lightning. Open light. That's light. Janice Tam, I am new to PVH. How do I learn PVH more systematically? Go down, start with modules. Basic module. 1 of 6, 2 of 6, 3 of 6, 4 of 6, 5, 6. You finish it. Then you can choose any one of them. Advanced class, because so much fancy class you can follow. I think about 25 over thing the past 45 days. VP Vijay says, sir, cannot stop, non-stop, sir. I cannot stop the papadum and the chips. Yes, it is not. It's not brain food. The bananas you cannot eat. Apple you cannot eat. You stop after 2 apples. That's it. I am not taking so much. That's brain food. Brain's that enough. Stop it. Enough. Enough of sugar. Enough. Those things they cannot see. They cannot know what to do. Madam, tea is not too bad if you make it light. Don't get the Indian tea. Indian tea, they will boil and boil. Get the juice out of it. Okay, you want tea, make deep tea. Tea has got tannin. Tannin is antioxidant. Okay, my friend? Tea has got tannin, not caffeine. Caffeine is a drug that will go into your brain and mess up your brain. Okay? I talk about tea also. What? You are not watching all the class. Okay, good. Now, are you eating more than what you require for your body? Sugar, animal fat, salt, coffee, tea, acid, sour food, white flour, oily food. Next, Healing brain issues. Number 1, aura cleansing, Ida Pingala. Checking for cords are very important for brain. Check for cords coming from black magic, white magic, curse, soul, past life. Read affirmation for forgiveness. Sit down with the calendar during the full moon and new moon blessing. So we will start removing them. Start doing them. Follow them properly. And then we remove them. Then start healing. Then you start healing all the 7 chakras. Heal all the 7 chakras. Heal pituitary gland, hypothalamus, thalamus, pineal gland. Heal the palm chakras, soul chakras, root chakras. Then very important, also heal the backhead chakra, which I don't write, backhead chakra. Okay. Next, heal stomach, liver, intestine, kidneys, and condition them one by one. Now, because they have to clean the blood must be clean. Sometimes you have to fast. Fasting is very good. One day I have a class of fasting only. Yeah? Fasting and enema and all. We have a class of fasting. So how to fast properly so you can clean, let the body have time to clean itself. Okay. Do emotional treatment is very required, and very important, change your diet as required. Change your diet as required. Diet plays a very important part in the physical body healing. Energy body, you can heal. Physical body, you must heal with diet. Sometimes you must start with fasting. Many people have done liver flush and they come back with very positive result. One lady said the vomit start coming up from here because it's so bad, liver so bad, it's throwing it from the mouth. That's all. Not bad. It comes out. Okay? It comes out. It cannot take it. So bad. Okay? The system is so bad. So you must do it a few times and do it. So make sure everything's done. As far as come out, she said whatever come out was green in color. It was recycling back. It was not able to go back. It was recycling back. It was pushing it back. The stomach was very bad. People like that but should drink a lot of water and just do water fasting for 1 day full, and then do liquid food fasting for the next 1 day. Okay? Right. Next, follow the bed yoga. Bed yoga is very important to relax all your muscles, to get all the blood flowing. At the same time, you get all your chakras working, all the cells will start to work. Remember, for facial, even for the hair, you got a wonderful 8 to 10 minutes of bed yoga. Part 1. Part 2 you can do. Part 3 is self-healing. So go back and check. I've shared a lot of bed yoga. Start sharing and follow my friends. Okay, good. Next, first step, aura cleansing. You cleanse all the aura on yourself to remove all the toxic energy. Once the aura is cleansed, then natural prana will start to follow. This is how your energy can be so dirty with all the auras, all the blocks coming to you and all of these things. When they are so dirty, it's so difficult for your body to heal itself. Next, aura cleansing is done then. You can always check from there. Now, we're doing the front and the back. There's no more 2 sides. Okay, fine. Next, Ida Pingala, balancing. Ida Pingala, balance the flow of energy on the right and left side of the human body. This is super important for your autonomous nervous system. Do the Ida Pingala. So like now, I'm doing Ida Pingala for myself. Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi, coming back. Ajna Chakra, coming back. Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi, Ajna Chakra, coming back. Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi, Ajna Chakra, Sushumna, 1, 2, 3. I've done my Ida Pingala for myself. 20 seconds. Migraine will go away. And the body will start to flow. Some of the people on the left hand side, they'll become better. Simple as that, my guys. Simple. Follow and do it. Very simple. Okay, guys? Good. Next. Now, this symbol. So symbol is a Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi, Shushumuna. And they say one that they call it Kundalini. I don't think it's Kundalini. No. I don't say the word Kundalini. You know why? Which country is this from? Can anyone tell me which country this is from? This symbol. Can anyone tell me where the symbol is from? Which country is the symbol from? Can anyone tell me which the symbol is from? Which country is from? I've said it many times. Let's see how many remember. So 1 minute lag time. I'm just trying to figure out. Some say, hi sir, my mother had kidney disease of creatine 477. After I talked to you and healed my mother's as you guided, the creatine level reduced to 283. But recently, it's gone. Can anyone tell me which symbol is from, which country the symbol is from? Jay says, the pain on my left hip has disappeared now. You know why, Jay? While you're talking to me, I was healing you, and I told you I did a special healing on you just now to make sure everything's fine. And I said, go and heal, and your pain is gone. Wow. Mr. Babu says, I've reduced my intake of tea from 20 cups to 4 cups after joining PVH. Bravo, Mr. Babu. It's crazy. 20 cups. Indian tea is terrible. You took 20 poison of cups. That's all you took. 20 poison cups to your liver and your kidneys. My God. It's so sad, my guys. It's so sad. So sad. 20 cups is too much, my friend. How many years we taking this 20 cup? How many years? 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year? My God. Sad. Indian tea is bad. They will boil and boil and boil. 3 times boiling. Oh my God. And put so much of sugar inside. Yes or no? Because it's so bitter. When you start boiling the tea, it becomes so bad, it becomes so bitter. You got to put so much of sugar to hide the bitterness. I don't know what you get from these guys. Huh? Greece, correct. Who got it, Greece? Yeah, this is from the Greece. So where go Kundalini? It's from Greece. So the Greece found out the symbol, not an Indian symbol. So why you use it Kundalini? Something the Greece found it long time ago, and they put it as a medical symbol. Something they saw that in the body, that's a Pingala Nadi, Ida Nadi. They couldn't say the word Pingala and Ida. They said they put 2 coils thing, that's all. But when a long time ago, if you go back and check history, somebody would have been fine enough, you would have got the information from the divine to say that such a thing exists in the body. That's what's all. So people come, divine give different information. Like this lifetime, they've given this one to heal the Kundalini or heal the Ida Pingala Nadi. Ida means right, Pingala means left. That's all. Pingala Nadi, that's all. Ida means left, that's all. I am just doing the left and right side of the Nadi, that's all. So in Sanskrit, it means like that. So anybody can do that. Okay? Right, very good, sir. Thank you guys for all those who got the Greece, right? Correct. Right, Greece. So remember, it's got nothing with India. Right, next. So that's how it's working. Okay? We are blessing them. Balances the autonomous nervous system, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. We are balancing it simply with a wand. In fact, you go down and see many migraines have been healed just by doing the Ida Pingala balancing. Or it is gone to 90%. Next, you got to heal the stomach. That's it. Okay, guys? Good. Now look at how the network is, how intricate the network is. So healing this one is healing healing all the flow. We're healing all the flow to go easily. So let them flow. It's like a junction, like this. See all the thing from there. So you can also heal your back head chakra. You can heal the back head chakra at the same time. Okay? Next, remember the ganglions. Now these are the ganglions. These are the ganglions. Look, like a traffic light. The nervous system comes and like a traffic light and all going down. So it's coming down here, it's going hard in the lung. Going here, it's all. So when the signal comes, go down here, they all have to go. Some go here, some go there, some go here, some go there. So it's difficult. We call it solar plexus ganglion. They've got a lot of ganglion. And actually, in fact, wherever the ganglions are, is the chakras are there. Wherever the ganglions are, the nervous ganglions are, that's where the chakras. So this is what we call a solar plexus. It's actually the ganglion. The ganglion is there, the big ganglion there, where all the nerves come and join together. It's called a solar plexus, like the sun. That's what they call the chakra here, solar plexus chakra. So wherever the ganglions are, that's where, so there's one here, one here, one here. That's where all the endocrine glands are, as also where the hormones are produced, also where the energy is flowing too much. Too much energy has to flow there to make things work. Okay, now this is where you are. Okay, guys, understand? The autonomic nervous system. Next, then we got the parasympathetic nervous system. The feedback. Feed in, feedback. Remember driving the car with auto, down the hill, up the hill, like that. Good? Now, Ira Pingala. So you can watch this in our audio. Now, can cure migraine rapidly, make the flow of energy between the chakras easily removed by any energy block, smooth the flow between the meridians and nadis, balances the autonomous system. So everybody can do it very simply. Just do yourself and do it. I'm doing again one more time for myself. I'm not saying anything. I'm doing again for myself. Okay, very easy. 1, 2, 3. Finish. 15 seconds. That's all. Carry wherever you do it whenever you want. Okay. Next. Now, instead of healing brain issue, I say healing one, become as powerful as required to heal what? To heal what chakra? But for brain and nervous system, you must heal all the 7 chakras. Huh? Just not brain. And then you go down and heal one of small chakras. Okay. Heal the required part of the brain. Okay. Blood carries everything into the brain. The blood carries everything into the brain. So the blood has to be clean. So remember, what you eat, what your liver produces toxic, what the kidney cannot clean, all the uric acid and all the urea will all go to the brain. And the brain will slowly start not working. It doesn't get fresh water, doesn't get fresh fluid. Okay? Knee pain people, because of uric acid. Uric acid is going all over. They're also going on the brain. They're throwing away all the bones. Okay? Right. Other healing done to the blood is now, first of all, number 1, liver flush, 1 to 2 times a day. Next, bowel enema, 2 times a day. 1 to 2 times a year, sorry. Bowel enema, 2 times a day. Next, strict diet control. Next, important body problems. I think this will come back later. We'll come tomorrow. We will start. This is tomorrow. Huh? Too much. I'm going to go a lot. Okay. We will start tomorrow on the healing and all the other aspects of the brain and the nervous system. The emotional, the mental, the schizophrenia, the bipolar. We'll talk in detail. What is it all about? And then we find a way. So tomorrow, if you've got any of your friends who has got schizophrenia, who has got bipolar, who got lunatic injection, ask them to sit for the class tomorrow. And today, start reading all the affirmation, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. We can certainly help all of these people. We have got many experience of people healing them all. So please make them sit down, guys. Can you all make them sit down? So we have a special healing tomorrow for all the bipolar and schizophrenia people. So make sure they all sit down. We can heal them. Okay? Okay, guys. Anybody here from Orissa and Bengal? How is the hurricane? How is the hurricane now, guys? Sudhashri Siran, is your mother reading forgiveness, madam? Is she reading forgiveness? She got some negative energy on her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Many people not happy with her. Make her sit down today, right now. I'm going to remove all dark energy from people. Yes, BP can do liver flash. Nothing to do with the BP. But you're going to be hungry. Whether you can do BP medicine or not. So think about it. We will come to all of these guys. Tomorrow, all is aneurysm, clot, dialysis, we'll do tomorrow, okay? We need non-acidic food from recipe from you, sir. No more storm. Very good. Did it do a lot of damage? Was there a lot of damage? Did people die? Yes, I'm asking for people in India, guys. Was it bad? Okay, we don't have to worry about that. Dr. Aruna, call me after this. Call me tomorrow morning. Dr. Aruna, please call me. Pulmonary, don't know what you're talking about. Madam, just tell me simple word lah. Why all this work of pulmonary, don't know what name all. Make it simple for me. Say go something here, something here, something here, finish. Why give me doctor's name all? Madam, ask forgiveness of coronavirus every day. You'll be fine. So how many people in Chennai are doing divine fire for Tamil Nadu and for the city of Chennai? Tell me please. Tell me. I want to know. How many people actually from Chennai in the class right now? 'Manju, ISKCON. Are you from ISKCON, Manju? Are you from the ISKCON group? Can your sister read forgiveness? Twelve people died. Okay guys, let's do. The cyclone that came reduced by 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700% has been reduced. Okay, so this is what you see. It's not as bad as you think it is, but it may be bad in some area, but otherwise we have no instruction to do any blessing. The cyclone has just went by itself. Okay, so all of you take the wands, please say, I am being a divine fire, I am the purity God desires. My soul of divine fire, my soul is the purity God desires. There are people in this class today with black magic, lots of souls will come. So all of you close your eyes and say, please forgive me, my family, my work, my company, and my country, and coronavirus, if knowingly or unknowingly, if hurt anyone in this lifetime or lifetime before this. Please say that right now. All of you, say that now. Think of your house, you're living now. Think of a working place, all of you. Think of a place of working. Think of your company. Think of your country. Think of your country. All of you take the healing wands, please. Say, I am a being of divine fire. I am the purity God desires. My soul, the soul of divine fire. My soul is the purity God desires. I am a being of divine fire. I am the purity God desires. My soul is the soul of divine fire. My soul is pure. Supreme God, divine Father, divine Mother, make me an instrument of this blessing. Make me an instrument of this love, compassion, and kindness and peace. Bless me with abundance of divine light and divine fire and divine power. And the divine light go deep into Venezuela, blaze away and burn away all the negative energy of Venezuela. Let it go to each and every hospital, each and every people down there. Let there be abundance of healing energy for each and every person in Venezuela. Let divine blessing be with them and divine blessing be with them. Blaze away and burn it. Let it go to all the places of India where there have been a cyclone. Let it be abundance of healing energy, abundance of compassion and kindness, and be in this place. Let God's blessing be in this place always. God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Supreme God, divine Father, divine Mother, my money is a money of divine fire. My money is a purity God desires. My money is a money of divine fire. My money is a purity God desires. My country's currency is a currency of divine fire. My country's currency is a purity God desires. My country's currency is the currency of divine fire. My country's currency is the purity God desires. All the world currency are currency of divine fire. All the world currency is the purity God desires. Let their God's blessing be a prosperity on each and every family, each and every city, each and every state, each and every country. Let each and every person be blessed with abundance of prosperity, abundance of love, abundance of compassion, abundance of sharing, and abundance of wealth. Let there be energy of sharing for all those people who have. Let them share in the times of difficulty for all those people who need help. Let divine blessing be with all those people who are sharing. God, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am a being of divine fire. I am the purity God desires. My soul is soul of divine fire. My soul is a purity God desires. God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay guys, see you all tomorrow. Part number 2 tomorrow on healing and actually about emotional and everything about the brain and everything else. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you.